Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Southwestern University Football live this afternoon on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. And welcome to Marshall, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my color analyst and good friend, Mr. Galen Wellnicki. Galen, we had a good drive in here from Georgetown, Texas, about 4.5 hours. Exciting day here today at Orionella Stadium here in Marshall, Texas. It's the East Texas Baptist University Tigers hosting the Southwestern Pirates. Southwestern 2-0 to start this early season. They are 1-0 in the American Southwest Conference. And for East Texas Baptist Tigers at 0-1, this is their conference opener. Galen, we should be set for a good one here today from Marshall, Texas.
We really should. These two teams, as long as the weather stays away, both teams will be able to do exactly what they want to do. East Texas Baptist wants to run up, run up and down the field, just throw the ball, run it as quick as they can, line up, run a play every 12 to 15 seconds. And Southwestern just like to stay in their gun offense.
Well, we did have a chance to talk to Coach Joe Austin, of course, at the coaches show. He talked about penalties. It was what he called as a ugly game, but Southwestern coming here with their game faces today, and they'll definitely try to have things under control and really get back into that rhythm in this ball game. Chuck Cracy is down on the sideline. Chuck, we'll send it down to you. Your early thoughts on this game as well, sir.
Well, it's certainly going to be a humid affair, at least early. All the pine trees keeping the humidity in. It's thick out here, but the Pirates look ready to go, getting ready to crank that power running game up. It looks like starting quarterback Fred Hover is ready to go as he jogged out with the rest of the team. So whatever happened last week looks like he's past that now.
Well, of course, Hover had that little tweak last week, but he's back in action here today, and we are expecting a lot. Well, of course, Southwestern coached by Joe Austin. His name speaks for itself here at Southwestern and the fine work that he's done over the years, and looking to go 3-0 here in this 2018 season. As for the East Texas Baptist University Tigers, they are coached by first-year head coach Brian Mayperry. Spent 2016 through 18 at Brenham High School as an assistant coach. He helped that team to 2 Class 6A state playoff appearances. Galen, you probably know a little bit about Brenham High School and what they do over there.
They have a pretty good program. It's usually built a lot on speed, which is synonymous with what they do here, because they get a real good assortment of athletes here out of East Texas and northern and central, not Arkansas, but Louisiana.
Well, this is a coach for the ETBU Tigers that has a history of coaching all the way back to 1996. He started at Howard Payne University as assistant coach, worked his way through Navarro College, then Lamar University as an associate head coach, and at Navarro College eventually in 2012 through 14 became their head coach. He produced 26 wins in 3 years there leading that program, and that's a program, Galen, where they won the 2013 Brazos Valley Bowl. And then he decided to take things overseas, as a lot of coaches do as they get more experience. He went over to work with the Belgrade Wolves in Europe as the head coach. He coached internationally for 1 year in the Central European Football League. He went 12-3 and finished as the European champions runners-up. You got to talk about a coach who's got a lot of history here for this East Texas Baptist University program. Galen, though, as I just said, as the prayer on the field here and national anthem taking place behind us, as we wanted to bring viewers into this and let them know exactly what was going on here, this is a Southwestern team that is really poised for success again this season. They've got a high-powered offense. As we look at the series versus Southwestern, this, Galen, will be the 10th meeting between these two teams, with ETBU holding that 6-4 advantage. East Texas Baptist University, they have won the last 5 meetings. As we go back and look at those, we can go all the way back to 1947 and 48, where ETBU lost those, then finally getting a win in 1949, 20-6. And then 1950, of course, you'll remember the Southwestern program. Well, we won't remember, but back in the 50s, that's when the program disbanded due to financial reasonings after the war. That was the last time these teams played as far as that goes before the reinstatement. And ETBU lost that game 19-9. Galen, since the reinstatement, it has been East Texas Baptist University all the way from 2013 to 17, winning those last 5 meetings in a row. This is a team that historically is able to beat Southwestern. We'll see if that tide has turned here today for these Tigers, Galen.
It's time for things to change, and Southwestern may have the team this year that can do it. It's a lot, when you play up here, it's a different ball game. The weather's a little bit different than it is down in Central Texas. They recruit a real good stable of athletes, and I really don't think they probably quite have the same academic standards as Southwestern does.
Well, I'm not sure if if Chuck Cracy will be able to get a quick interview with Coach Joe Austin or not. Coach Austin standing around the 40. To give folks a perspective, of course, you can see it on your own screen there, but we are up high tonight here at the Ornelas Stadium here in Marshall, Texas. We're on the 40-yard line on the left side, and we're set for a beautiful scenery here. There's a home team side that both shares with the visitors. Galen, right across from us is the nice Pines. And that's kind of how everything goes here in this ball game. We'll send it down to Chuck Cracy now. Chuck, we've got that interview with Coach Austin. I'll let you have it, Chuck.
Yes, sir. Here with Coach Austin. Coach, your big road game here tonight, conference game. What can we expect from your Pirates?
Hopefully we're going to play well, and hopefully we'll cover up for a couple guys that are missing with injuries. I think our guys are excited and they're ready to take on this challenge. They're a very good football team.
Now, Hover is one of your captains here. Is he back?
Yeah, Hover's going to dress, and we'll see how the game progresses.
Okay. Well, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Go get him. Back to you, Rob.
Well, again, we appreciate Coach Joe Austin as the captains now make their way to the East Texas Baptist Tiger logo at midfield. You'll see those captains there for ETBU also holding two jerseys out there in honor of their teammates there, Galen. So really, if you want to look at it in that way, there's four captains for ETBU. Of course, Southwestern has four as well, but they're holding two jerseys out there as well, honoring their players, Galen.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we came in. It was another day where there was a lot of rain. Nathan driving us in. We appreciate Nathan Height as we were in what we've called the Swagger Wagon again this week, the nice van there. Michael Francis making his way up here, as well as Mickey Holden. Chuck Cracy will be down on sidelines all night. And, of course, Galen, Wellnicki, and Rob Hipp. We bring you into the booth here at East Texas Baptist University. Galen, this is our third game on SHN Sports, and it is the second conference game now. And as far as third game on SHN Sports for Southwestern, that is, this is our second conference game. Southwestern trying to go 2-0. I did want to mention, though, since the first time since the 1940s, Southwestern now ranked in the D3 college football poll. They're holding that at number 41. That's the first time that a Southwestern team has been ranked since that time. So pretty exciting stuff, Galen.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, you got a chance to, in that situation, in a standard schedule, you've got a chance every week to move up.
The team's meeting here, and I didn't catch who won that possession. I believe Southwestern, they won the toss, and they elected to receive the ball. So that is where we will start things off here as we are just a couple of minutes before we get started. We want to remind the fans out there that the SHN Southwestern University fan text line is open. If you'd like to send us a text this afternoon, we'll try to get to those when we have breaks in between this game on the air. You can send those text messages to 512-522-9105. Again, that number's 512-522-9105. Galen?
We may not have any trouble with the weather. Our weatherman, Nathan Height, looked at the radar just a few minutes ago, and everything looks like it's moving off away from us. But in a key conference game tonight down in Alpine, where Mary Hardin Baylor is playing Sul Ross at 6 o'clock, they look like they've got all that stuff, monsoon stuff, moving in from the Gulf into the West Texas area down around Alpine.
Well, Drew McKay is going to kick this one away for the Tigers of ETBU from right to left. 15 minutes. We're about to get started here in this home conference opener for ETBU. They did play their first home game. They had a bye week last week. And then before that, they played Wisconsin-Platteville here in Marshall. They lost that game 44-59. It was a third-quarter domination by Wisconsin. Right toe to leather, the kick is up and on its way. A high-sailing kick, and it'll be fielded at the 10-yard line. Southwestern on the near hash mark, running over to the left side. Now still on his feet. Through defenders he goes, now near the 40. A nice return for Southwestern. They will start this drive in the first one tonight for the Pirates of Southwestern University at the 40-yard line.
Austin K. Castilleja had the return on that. Did a good job running over toward the Southwestern sideline.
So Southwestern will start out here on their own 40-yard line. They will go from left to right, as you can see on your video screen. They'll line up with three receivers down to the right, one up top, 1st and 10 from their own 40. And a quick carry here by Hover as he tries to pick up that running game right. Or I beg your pardon, that's not
Emery.
Hover. Yeah, I was about to say that's Austin Emery, number 13. So Hover's not starting. Emery will try to pick up right where he left off. Carries it for 5 yards up the middle. Austin Emery, the 6'3", 190-pound freshman out of Denison, Texas. He ran so far in the season 14 of 73 on the running game, 1 touchdown, averages over 5 yards a carry. From the passing game, 5 for 8, 123 yards. He has thrown no interceptions here for this Southwestern team. On a second down and 5 from the 45, the handoff over to his back, and cutting to the left side was Kalen Heim, and Kalen Heim will be close, and he's got a Southwestern first down in Tiger territory at the 45, Galen.
That was a great misdirection play. They had the defense going one way, and they went back the other way with the ball. Good inside handoff.
So a good start here for Southwestern. 1 minute gone, no score. Here live from Marshall, Texas at Ornelas Stadium. First down and 10 for Southwestern. They've got the ball on the Tiger 45. And a keeper here by Emery, and Emery will gut it up the left hash mark. Another healthy gain of about 8. It'll be second down and manageable. He was brought down at the 37-yard line. A great running start for the Southwestern Pirates.
After the first 3 plays, you kind of notice that they're not changing their offense any. This is the standard offense they would run with Hover in there.
It's an offense that's capable of putting up a lot of numbers. We've seen that early on this season. The defense for Southwestern has played solid as well. Southwestern will break out of the huddle. Whistles will fly here. And I'm not sure what the officials will talk things over.
I think we've got blood on. I think we've got blood on the arm of one of the players, and you can't have blood and continue action.
So that player is Kalen Heim. He will head over to the sidelines and get quick attention. The clock now rolling on a second down and 2. They're going to call it actually second down and 3 from up here. The ball on the 37-yard lines of the Tigers. This time a direct snap into the hands of the fullback Devin Shaw, but Southwestern may have jumped early, and we'll see if that's coming back 5 yards. Well, Galen, I believe that was a false start call, so that's going to move the ball back for Southwestern. It was second down and a short 3. It'll be second down and 8 now after they move the ball back to the 42. 12:56 to go, no score, and the snap back to Emery again. Emery trying to find something behind his line on the left side, and he will be brought down. Maybe no gain on the play or a loss of 1, Galen.
It's close as to whether he lost anything or not. It's just pretty much the same place. That play looked like it was pretty well scouted out, that they knew what was going to happen. We've got a kind of a wholesale change of people. Heim's coming back in, and several other people are coming in. They're putting in a different package for this particular play, third down and 8.
It will be third down and 8 from the East Texas 43. One of those players coming in, Landry Bray, lines up on the right side along with another receiver. To the left of the quarterback, 2 receivers. Emery in shotgun. Snap back. Emery looking to throw. Over the middle has Heim. Heim leaps his way forward, and he has the first down across the 30. But there was a fumble on the play. And we will see if he was down. Chuck, were you able to see anything down there?
Yeah, it looked like to me that he was down, but we're waiting here. It looks like they are going to give him the turnover to East Baptist University. Looked down to me live, but maybe the replay will show more.
Yeah, we're showing the replay up here on our screen, and no, I believe he did lose that, Chuck. So a turnover here by Kalen Heim and Southwestern, and that will result in a East Texas ball.
Tough break.
So East Texas will start this on their own 28-yard line as they move from right to left. I believe Brian Baca, the quarterback, will confirm that here in just a few moments. If it is, he wears number 7 out there. It is Brian Baca, the 5'11" junior, and on a first down, he will hand off to Dominic Haggerty, the running back, 5'7" from Shreveport, Louisiana, the senior, and his carry Doesn't count as a penalty, and they'll move it back another 5 yards. Chuck, what happened down there on that? Another false start?
No, they had illegal formation, too many men in the backfield. They had 5 guys lined up in the backfield.
And we appreciate you being down there, Chuck Cracy. And it'll bring up first down in 15. The clock up there is not accurate. We'll read it as we see it on the field. First and 15, the ball back to the 20 or so, and a pass over here to the right side. Has his man and has the reception. It's Richard Johnson, but Johnson is drilled over there on that side right near Chuck. And it may be a loss of 1 or no gain on the play. Great job by the Southwestern defense. So it'll be second down and 15. They're marking it at the 14, though. A handoff up the middle, trying to gut his way on that right hash mark, and the gain back to about the original line of scrimmage. And a tackle made there on defense by Southwestern, number 50, Chris Crawford. Chris Crawford doing some work. He's had an interception this season. It'll be third down and 10 now for East Texas. They've got the ball on their own 28. Baca here steps back, now has room to run. He's going to tuck and run as he keeps it, and the Southwestern defense doing a great job as he ran that one up the middle. He'll be brought down around the 34-yard line. It was Hayden Smith with that tackle for Southwestern. Hayden Smith, the 6'10", 190-pound junior from Katy, Texas, 11 tackles on this season, 2 of them resulting for a loss. He has 2 interceptions. He's had a great defensive start for Southwestern in these first 3 games, Galen.
Sure has.
So the Pirates here on a 4th down and 4 line up to receive the punt. It will come back set to receive is David Brandenburg. And this punt is up and on its way. A low-selling punt, and it will take a healthy Southwestern bounce, kind of a pinball bounce around the 35-yard line here on the left side. And Southwestern on their second possession with 10 minutes to go here in the first. We're scoreless. Galen, your early thoughts so far? Southwestern's got to hold the ball on this drive.
Yeah, you can't afford to turn it over at this stage or any other stage of the game, especially against a really good opponent, which East Texas Baptist is supposedly. Of course, I don't know if they're might be a little stale from having the week off, but they should thoroughly have time to prepare for Southwestern.
So the Pirates will take back over on offense here. Their last possession started on their own 40. It resulted in a fumble from Kalen Heim. A first down and 10 from their own 36. Emery in shotgun, snap back to Emery, and he is going to be sacked. He was trying to toss it back on an option as a handoff, and Emery will be sacked in between the hashes for a loss of about 3 on the play. Great job on the defense there by Zach Walker, the 5'9" senior for East Texas. Haven't seen any of the Southwestern quarterbacks, Fred Hover in the first game and Emery in the second. Not many sacks back there. That doesn't happen often with this powerful Southwestern offensive line. 9:30 to go here in the first. Ball on the 33. Second down and a long 13. Emery will keep it here. Looks at the option, decides to keep it. Angles his way, now turns it up in between the hash marks and the numbers. And only a gain of maybe around 5. It'll be third down and long for the Pirates. He gets it back past the original line of scrimmage and up near the 38-yard line. We'll see where they mark it here. Galen, looks like they've marked it between the 37 and a half. Good tackle there by Hardy Hill. $8:54 to go. Southwestern third down and a long 8. The ball on their own 37-yard line. Emery in shotgun, passes up over the middle, has his man, and has the first down in between the hash marks. That was right into the hands. Boy, is that Frederick Hover? No, I was about to say that would be weird. It was David Brandenburg in that slot position, the 6', 180 junior. 11 for 89 rushing this season, 2 for 11 in his receiving game. That'll get his numbers up. And Garrett Gibson there on the tackle. Southwestern quickly back to the line. New set of downs on a 1st down and 10 on their own 48 from left to right. Emery in shotgun, 2 receivers, 3 actually to our right. Emery is going to elect to keep it, trying to plow his way forward across the 50. Another fumble. East Texas has it. The ball still bouncing around, and East Texas will recover that ball deep in Southwestern territory. And boy, so far 2 for the Pirates, as they have dropped 2 on the ground already early in this ball game, Galen.
We have a little pushing contest out there that needed the officials to come in and
flag down.
And there is a flag down there. Chuck, what are you seeing early in this one?
Well, I tell you what, the humidity is playing a role here. Things are slick. This microphone in my hand is slick. You're down here on the field, and it's there's not much breeze, and there's nothing but moisture in the air, and so you can see why it's a little slick. Maybe East Baptist a little more accustomed to playing in this dense humidity. We'll see.
Well, the defensive tackle there with that fumble recovery was Quaylen Beckley, the senior. And, Chuck, I'll send it back to you. Did you catch what that penalty flag was for?
Yeah, it was unsportsmanlike conduct against East Baptist. I didn't actually see what happened, but that'll back it up and put it back into East Baptist territory.
Yeah, they would have had that ball around the Southwestern 35 or so. It's going to move back to the East Texas Baptist 48, back on their own side of the field. Boy, early fumbles for Southwestern. You talked about the humidity down there, Chuck, moments ago, and that may be playing a role here. 1st down and 10 from their own 48. A high snap to Baca, and Baca going to elect to keep. Skips through 1 defender, still on his feet. Angles his way to the left and takes a slide. A gain of a few on the play. The tackle made there by Southwestern's Joel Heideco.
they're trying. One of their coaches came off the bench. He's trying to claim that there was a late hit on that play, but Baca was already on the ground when he got hit.
Joel's mother talking to us before the game. We wanted to make sure, so we got Heideco down. 7:44 to go, no score. Second possession for East Texas after they had to punt on their last one. They've got the ball on a 2nd down and 8 from the 50. As Baca steps back over the center, has his man, and it's broken up at the 30. Incomplete, the intended receiver for East Texas. Not able to haul that one down. It was Jacob James, and great defense. Actually, it wasn't James. It was number 13 who came in there on that play. That's Jock Kuykendall. Broken up on the play by Joel Heideco, who we just talked about moments ago. 3rd down and a long 8 from right to left on the left side hash mark. Baca will talk things over with his line. Now steps back. He has his back to his left is Haggerty. Instead going to pass over to the right corner. Has his man wide open at the 5 and a touchdown. Untouched touchdown, 50-yard strike. Over to the corner, into the hands of his receiver, Josiah Minifield. And Minifield getting his first touchdown of the season. It's Richard Johnson. I beg your pardon. Sorry about that, folks.
Richard Johnson was picked by Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine as the best player in the conference. They listed the 5 with who they thought were the 5 best players in the conference, and they had him listed as the best player. He's kind of a man, unlike most Division III. You don't have many 6'5" receivers in Division III.
So at the 7:23 mark, East Texas will score here, and the field goal is up and no good. No, did they call it good?
Yes, they did.
They did call. I beg your pardon. We'll get this flowing before too long.
I'll tell you what. There was a chippy incident down there on an extra point. So this game may be starting to get a little chippy already.
So the extra point kick by Drew McKay is good, and it's a 7:23 mark. East Texas leads 7-0. We'll keep things right here. Southwestern, their first 2 possessions, they fumbled it both times. Both those drives starting in decent field territory. The first one on their own 40, the second one on their own 36. That East Texas Baptist drive started out on their own 48 after that fumble, capped off by that 50-yard touchdown strike into the hands of Richard Johnson. Johnson, his first touchdown of the season. And he's got some big ones, Galen. He only has 3 catches for 132 coming into this game. Now he's got 4 for 182. He's averaging over 50 yards a carry. That's not a bad start to the season for that young man.
No, not at all. You'd love stats if you had about 60 catches with that man with that yardage. You don't have many 3,000-yard receivers.
So East Texas will kick this one from right to left here at the 7:23 mark. That field goal was no good. That's what I thought. The official said no. So that's what I thought. So it's 6-0 is the score. It was hard to see the officials from this angle. I thought they said no, so we apologize for that. We'll get things running smooth here for you once we get settled in here at Ornelas Stadium. And it actually is it's not McKay set to kick this one away. And a lot of time being taken here. The officials are going to talk things over.
Hey, Rob, I think that has to do with the extra point potentially because they took it back off the board.
Well, the officials, yeah, exactly. And the officials down here, though, said it was no good. Diego Gutierrez set to kick this one away from Scurry, Texas, the place kicker wearing number 48. Yeah, I couldn't see from this vantage point of the press box. I've got kind of a cutoff angle over here, Chuck, so I'm going to have to rely on you down there a little bit tonight.
That's fine. You know, on that, there was a blown coverage on that touchdown pass there. You don't leave a 6'5" receiver one-on-one without rolling your safety at least for assistance, and he was not available for whatever reason.
So set to kick this one away again is Gutierrez. He'll kick it from his own 35. Boy, I feel like we're in a TV timeout right now, Galen, but we don't have that. And now the whistle finally blows here, and the left toe to leather is up. Kick is up and on its way, and it will be fielded around the 16 by Southwestern. Taking the ball up for the Pirates in between the hash marks to the 30. The return there by Austin Casilleja. Casilleja, the kick returner for the Pirates. And Southwestern on their third possession of the night will take the field going from left to right. They'll have it on their own 31 in between the hash marks.
Rob, Hover's back in.
Yeah,
I just noticed that. Hover will take the snap for the first time tonight here on a first down and 10 from his own 31. And Hover will keep it, and he will be leveled behind the line of scrimmage as he tried to scramble his way out of it near the 30. Hover stopped for a loss of a couple on the play. A nice tackle there by Garrett Gibson, the middle linebacker.
he's been real active so far on the defense. He's got in there and got in the backfield real quick a couple times here.
The lights turning on here at Marshall, Texas. A beautiful afternoon. Temperatures in the 80s. The rain is, for the most part, moved out right now. It'll be second down and a long 12. A pitch here from Hover out over to his receiver into the hands of Brandenburg. Brandenburg initially cut out to the left, then came back to that left hash mark. A healthy gain for Southwestern. It'll bring up third down and manageable for the Pirates. Looks like about 5 here. They've spotted the ball at the 37 on that left hash mark, Galen. Wilkin with the tackle there. And on the left hash mark, the Pirates trailing 6-0 at the 6:15 mark. It'll be third down and 4 for Hover and the Pirates. Hover delays the handoff, now passes over to the right side around the 40, and that ball is broken up, but they're going to call pass interference. That was into the hands and broken up around the 35-yard line. And Southwestern receiver on that play, Anthony Stevens, not able to bring it down, but it was pass interference. They're probably going to call that on Aaron Buckley. We'll see what the call is. We'll send it down to you, Chuck.
Yeah, Hover placed that pass really where only the receiver could get it. It was a little behind him, and it caused the defender to come across his face, and he made contact, and they called the flag.
That is the penalty. That'll move the ball up to the East Texas 48 on the left hash mark. Mickey Holden working our camera for us tonight outside. We appreciate Mickey. At the 6:06 mark, first down and 10 for the Pirates as they go from left to right. They've got the ball on the East Texas 48. Hover high snap. He's going to elect to keep it here on the option. Hover to the right hash mark, and again he's drilled for another loss in the back. He drops the ball, but it is already down by contact. Hover inside the 50. The tackle made yet again by Garrett Gibson. Gibson coming on strong for the defense early in this one, Galen.
He looks like he had a copy of the game plan before the way he's going right to the point of action.
Well, Gibson 2 weeks ago coming into this game, 9 tackles. He has half of a sack, and those numbers are already up tonight. He's got a couple of more tackles. Second down and a long 12 for Southwestern. They've got it at the 50. Hover passes over the middle, has his man into the hands of Brandenburg, and Brandenburg will give Southwestern a little bit more breathing room up to the 39-yard line. It was Josiah Dykes on the tackle for East Texas Baptist.
We're going to be about 2 yards, a little over 2 yards, about 2.5 yards short of the first down here. As we spotted it back a little bit.
It is third down and manageable for the Pirates. Third down and 3. It shows 2 on the board. It's 3rd and 3 from up here. The ball resting on the 41 of the Pirates in between the marks. Hover looks over to Coach Austin, trying to get the play call right in shotgun. Trips down on the right, 2 up. He will hand off over to Kalen Heim, and Heim moves his way forward. That's a Southwestern Pirate first down to the 37-yard line. The Pirates trying to get that running game established here. Nice tackle again by Josiah Dykes. If you don't get a hand or any type of body part on top of Heim, he is going to take off.
We just had another substitution there with about 5 guys going out and about 5 guys coming in.
First down and 10. The ball resting on the 37 in East Texas territory. Hover is going to elect to keep it here on the option. Still on his feet to the left. He fumbles again. This is picked up by East Texas. He has room to run across the 30, and he will take it all the way to the house for the fumble recovery touchdown. Wow. Over 60 yards on that recovery. And coming up after the 3rd fumble of the night, it was Anton Clark, the junior, I believe, picking that one up, Galen.
Now, if the goal is to play a clean game coming in, it's been blustered to smithereens so far.
It was actually Zach Biles there with that fumble return for a touchdown at the 3:59 mark, and the Tigers lead 12-0. The extra point kick coming here from East Texas, and it is up on its way, and this one is good. And it's 13-0 at the 3:59 mark. Diego Gutierrez kicking that one through. Chuck, I'll send it down to you. A tough play. Southwestern's put the ball on the ground 3 times so far tonight.
Maybe time to get some talcum powder out here because it's sliding right out of their hands. Hover was going to the ground when he considered pitching it and just lost the handle. It's a tough grip out here tonight, and they're going to have to adjust here on the Pirate sideline, or there's going to be trouble tonight.
Well, Galen, I don't think you could say it any better than Chuck down there, as the Pirates struggling here in this one early.
Yeah, it's they wanted to come in, eliminate the mistakes, play a clean game, and that just hasn't happened.
Wanted to welcome in our friends from Boomtown Escapes in Georgetown, Texas. No, we've got a crowd down there today watching back at home the 4.5-hour drive back in Georgetown, Texas. A shout out to Val Nicholson and all the folks back in Georgetown. Jim Wilson sending a text saying that he's supporting the Pirates as well. Thank you guys for joining us tonight here on SHN. We need a loud cheer from Georgetown as the Pirates are down early 13-0 here at the 3:59 mark. The kick is up on its way, fielded out the 20 on the right side, and brought down after about an 8-yard return to the 27 or so. It was Kalen Heim, and that is where Southwestern will start here. Galen, they have got to put something together on this drive. Their 4th drive, they fumbled on their first 3.
Yeah, you got to break them. You got to set some momentum, break their momentum, and try to establish something of your own right now before the game gets out of hand.
Southwestern will break out of the huddle, the ball resting on the right hash mark at the 27-yard line.
Hover's staying in at quarterback. He's wiping his hands on a towel. He's got a towel now, and he's wiping his hands.
You know, and Hover's been out that second part of the game. Flag flies here, and that may be delay of game as the game clock ran down to 0. Chuck, is that right?
That is correct.
A lot of mental mistakes early here for Southwestern, putting the ball on the ground 3 times and now not keeping an eye on that play clock. You've got 25 seconds to get the play off from the time the official blows the ball. We're at 3:54. Southwestern trails 13-0 here in Marshall, Texas. First down and 15 from the 18. The pass here over to the left side and drilled down to the ground, and maybe a loss or no gain. It was over to Brandenburg on that left side.
Their defense is doing a real good job of reacting to just about everything Southwestern does.
3:23 and ticking. Second down, beg your pardon, and 12 for the Pirates. High snap over the head of Hover. This one's rolling down to the end zone. Hover sliding, and he will stop right at the 1. Wow, Hover got lucky on that one, the high snap. Another middle mistake by Southwestern, and that ball goes all the way back to the 1. Luckily, not a safety there. That was close. Wow, 3rd down and 36 for the Pirates here, Galen. Well, Chuck's talked about the humidity down there on the field early. You know, when we came in this afternoon, a lot of showers. Hover is going to stand in his own end zone now on the U of the ETBU logo. Snap back. He's just going to pass this one into the flats over to Brandenburg, and Brandenburg gets tripped up on the ankles of an ETBU player at the 5. Southwestern is going to have to punt this one away. Another tough series for the Pirates on their 4th of the night.
And you'll be punting from deep in your own end zone, too, because you'll be punting with about 3 yards behind you is all you have before you go out of the end zone.
Set back to receive for East Texas.
Getting a good snap here is really important because
Southwestern punter standing on the E, back almost near the back of his own end zone. He does get a good punt off. It's going to take a nice roll into the hands of the East Texas Baptist returnman, and he is drilled just inside the 48-yard line. Good job there by special teams for Southwestern. It was Tarek Bogard.
Got to have a stop on this one. You can't get 3 touchdowns down against a team like East Texas Baptist and have more than a 20 or 30% chance of coming back and winning the game.
Brian Baca will take the field again with his team leading 13-0 here with 1:41 to go in this first quarter of play. And on the 4th possession of the night, East Texas will have it on their own 49. Deep pass down to the left corner. Has his man, has the touchdown. Wow, what a play. A 49-yard strike into the hands of Jack Kuykendall. Jack Kuykendall said, I'm going to leap up, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to give my team a 19-0 lead. 49 yards on the play. That's tough, Galen.
That is.
The extra point of kick here by Gutierrez, trying to extend the lead to 20, and he gets it through the uprights, and we've got a 20-0 score with 1:33 to go. Chuck, sending it back down to you, struggling early for the Pirates here on both ends of the field at this time.
Well, you said a key word there when you said struggling early. It is still early in this ball game. The defense has played well enough besides that one play there and the other deep pass. Couple of coverage breakdowns, but it looked like they had the snap over the head of Hover. You want a quick strike if you get the turnover in that situation. They were unable to get the turnover, but they went ahead with a quick strike on the first play after the punt, caught Southwestern off guard in the secondary, and it was just a good pass laid out for the receiver.
Well, at the 1:33 mark here in the first quarter, Tigers leading 20-0 on the road in this second ASC game of the season. The Pirates in their 3rd overall game. They entered today's contest at 2-0. And after an early loss 2 weeks ago, East Texas Baptist trying to keep a 5-game win streak alive versus the Pirates and go for 6. Southwestern, since the reinstatement, has never beaten this team. As the kickoff from right to left by Gutierrez. And it sells to the 19, fielded by Southwestern. Dodging through defenders, and again an ankle tackle. Flags fly in the backfield. And nowhere to really run that ball up for the Pirates. And the flag resting Galen around the 25. We'll wait to see what the call is. It's back on the side of Southwestern. A block in the back by the return team. Another mental mistake, and that'll set the Pirates back even more on the 10-yard variety back to the 15-yard line. And the damage continues here, and Hover's going to have to take his team down 85 yards and try to get into that end zone. Well, Southwestern opened the season a 42-21 victory at home versus Denison. Then on the road, 37-6 last week at McMurray, trailing here 20-0 early in this game. Southwestern 1st and 10 from their own 15. Hover has it. Hover has room to run. Hover still on his feet. Hover to the left hash, and Hover finally brought down a healthy run of 13 on first down, and a first down for the Pirates to the 28-yard line. We've got to see some sort of running game get established, but more importantly, they've got to hold on to the ball. First down and 10. The ball now resting on the 28. 2 receivers up to the left, and Hover is going to keep it here. And Hover powering his way forward. A healthy gain of 9 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Hover all the way to the 37-yard line. The Pirates running the ball. A job there by Josiah Brewington, the freshman with the tackle. We've called his name a couple of times tonight. Frederick Hover from McAllen, Texas, trying to get his team in some rhythm here. 1 receiver to either side. Hover delays the handoff, now has to scramble, being chased at the 30. Hover throws this one over to the left and way out of the reach of his intended receiver near the 40-yard line. He just had to throw that one away. And I believe that was in the direction of his receiver out there. I thought it was Heim at first. I don't think that's correct, though. 17 seconds on the board. 20-0 the score. Southwestern on a 3rd down and short 1 from their own 37. Hover, empty backfield, all alone. Hover going to keep it here. Plows his way forward, guts it up the middle, and he'll have the first down to the 41. And we'll see if they try to get another playoff here as the clock will stop on the first down. Now it runs. Anton Clark on the tackle and the stop there. And I think Southwestern is just going to let this first quarter expire. Your score from Marshall, Texas, here at Ornelia Stadium.
At the end of the first quarter, ETBU leads
20-0, the Tigers lead. We'll take a quick break. SHN Sports coverage of Southwestern University football here in the American Southwest Conference will continue in just a few moments. Stay with us. Well, back here from Ornella Stadium in Marshall, Texas. Chuck, thoughts on that first quarter?
Rough first quarter for the Pirates, but it's past them. They've dug themselves a hole, but there's plenty of time. They just need to establish the running game like they had done at the beginning of this drive.
Southwestern here on a 1st down and 10. Emery back in his quarterback. He will hand it to his back up the middle. And running that ball in between the lines is Caleb Heim, and Heim will pick up about 5.
That was a wildcat formation with Heim at quarterback. Sorry about that.
And Hover's back in again. He just came off his Emery went out.
We'll have first quarter stats when we can get to them here in just a minute. Second down and manageable for Southwestern. Hover will throw up the middle, has his man drilled at the 40, but it's complete into the hands of his intended receiver, Markel Henderson, the 5'6" senior from San Antonio, Texas, giving his team a little life here to start things in the second quarter. He'll bring it into East Texas territory in between the marks at the 40. Southwestern on their 5th possession of the night. They fumbled the first 3, had to punt in the 4th. First down and 10 from his own 40. Hover stands in shotgun at the 45. And a false start by Southwestern will move them back another 5. It'll be first down and 15 from the 45. First down and 10 from the 45 for the Pirates as they move from right to left. One receiver to either side, and Hover will keep it here as he leaps his way forward. Initial hit only gave him a few, but that extra little bump and go gave Hover in between the marks some extra yardage up to the 37-yard line. Clock ticking at 13:20. Tigers lead 20-0. Southwestern driving. This drive started out for them, remember, on their own 15. He's got to take it 85. He's made a good chunk of it now as Hover. Hover all alone in the backfield in shotgun. 2 receivers up to the right, 1 on the left. Hover again on the keeper. Dashes through defenders, pinballing his way forward, and he'll have the first down to the 29. What a run by Hover.
Right now they're not making any real deception on the thing. He's just going up the middle, and their old line's opening up a hole for him.
Josiah Dykes with another tackle as he's racking them up tonight on the defensive end.
Emery's coming back in at quarterback.
And we will see Emery come in. Hover will head over to the sidelines alongside Max Paxton and company. Breaking out of the huddle, the ball on the left side, hash mark at the 29. It's first down and 10 for the Pirates. Emery in shotgun has Heim as his back behind him, 1 receiver to either side. Now moving out in a wildcat, it goes to Heim. Heim powering his way forward, spinning around like a top to the 25. He'll pick up 4. It'll be second down and 6 from the 25. You see Heim spinning around the way that he is. That may bring back that old top spinning game, Galen.
That may be, and they're staying with the same group right now. And one of these days, Emery's going to keep the ball and hand it off or run with it himself, so they can't completely get prepared for the Wildcat on every play.
Second and 10 from the 25. Again, the Wildcat. Again, it's Heim. Guts his way forward up the middle, and this time the defense of East Texas read it beautifully. He will get a pickup of a couple to the 22-yard line. It'll be third down and manageable for Southwestern at the 11:52 mark here in the first half.
He's got 3 yards to go here.
And now we see Hover come back in as quarterback, joined alongside Anthony Stevens. Lining up to the right side for Southwestern will be Tavon Gwynn. So 2 receivers up to the right, 1 on the left. Hover all alone. Snap back, Hover looking to pass, turns around, angling his way to the left. Over the numbers, Hover has room directing traffic, and he'll run out of bounds at the 12. Beautiful execution, and at the end of the play, the flags fly yet again. Chuck, what'd you see down there?
It's difficult to say because it's on the other side of the field, but it looks like they might have hit Hover as he was going out of bounds. You know, you give up going out of bounds, you got to pull up on the quarterback. You can't hit him, but it looks like it may be going against the Pirates. Let's see what the call is.
Yeah, the complete packed house here at Ornella Stadium, and it was a block in the back by Southwestern. Unfortunately, after a good, healthy run and inside the red zone, it's going to come back again for the Pirates. I was just talking about the packed house here under omniscient skies, but starting to clear up as there's a graceful painting of red and blue across the pines from us. If you've never been to this stadium, it is beautiful here at Ornella Stadium. There is no bleachers or grandstands on the opposite side, which would typically be the visitors. So everybody sits together. You got to be friends here. 3rd down and 3. Actually, it's going to be 3rd down and about 5 for Southwestern on the 26. Hover breaks through tackles. Hover still on his feet, and Hover down near the 15. Hover has the 1st down at the 17, breaking through defenders. The Pirates running game coming alive for the Pirates.
Hover's coming out. He's limping a little bit.
Hover will head out, and Emery will check back in, and also heading over is David Brandenburg to the sidelines. Coming onto the field is Markel Henderson alongside Anthony Stevens, and as Galen just said, and me earlier, Austin Emery back at the helms of the quarterback. They break out of the snap here at the 10:42 mark. It'll be 1st down and 10, the ball resting on the 17, and it will be Kalen Heim in a Wildcat. He will keep it. Heim dodging through defenders behind his back, still powering his way forward, and Heim will pick up 3 or 4 on the play at the, I'll mark him down at the 14-yard line as he angled his way to that right hash mark. The tackle made by Drew Brewster.
I noticed when Hover came off the field, as soon as he got off the playing field, he got down on a knee and stayed down on a knee through that play and was getting attention from the medical staff, and he's walked over back into the bench area back there, behind the bench.
On this play, a 2nd down and 7. Southwestern trying to power the way forward up to the 10-yard line. Emery on the keeper, and it will bring up 3rd down. No, 3rd down and manageable here for the Pirates.
I think we're definitely in 4-down territory right now, considering the score and everything.
Well, drive for Southwestern that started on their own 15, led by Hover and Emery as they switch things up. Emery, the quarterback, standing in there now. He'll have Kalen Heim as the back to his left, and a timeout is called by ETBU.
Brandenburg came in late off the sideline onto the field, and he could be involved in what they've got planned for this play.
Well, we are in the middle of a timeout here at the 9:37 mark. Welcome into the broadcast booth. Rob Hipp here. Wanted to thank everybody for coming in today. Galen Wellnicki here with me. He's sitting down. You can't see him. He's hidden below the screen. We appreciate Galen and Nathan Hyde as well. We're cozy up here. Michael Francis also joining us. As always, friends, we want to welcome you here into the broadcast. It's always our honor and privilege to bring you Southwestern University football here on SHN Sports. Also wanted to give a special shout-out again to our friends at Boomtown Escapes. Thank you, Valerie Nicholson, and all the fine work that you do. And thank you especially back right at home to the Georgetown community. We need to hear you here 4.5 hours away. Let's cheer on the Pirates as we send it back down to the field, Nathan. At the 9:37 mark, the Tigers leading 20-0, but Southwestern driving here on an all-critical 3rd down and 3, deep inside the red zone now at the 10-yard line of East Texas.
And Hover's back at quarterback.
Hover in shotgun, has Heim as his back to his left, and receivers 2 to either side split in a wing. Hover, his back goes from receiver from right to left into the hands of Brandenburg, and Brandenburg will have the 1st down to the 4-yard line. So Brandenburg brings it down to the 4-yard line, and Southwestern threatening for the first time tonight here at East Texas Baptist University at Ornella Stadium.
After he got hit and came off the field, Brandenburg, as he came off the field, was signaling that he needed to come out.
Breaking out of the huddle on the left hash mark. 1st down and goal from the 4. Hover, shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hover going to stutter step, now darts his way, pinballs forward. He's trying to fight for the touchdown, and he's smothered at the goal line, maybe the 1. Wow, what defense by East Texas, not allowing Hover to get in. That is a strong body, and 2 of them pushing Hover back, not allowing him to find the promised land on that play. The only good news, Galen, Southwestern still got a few downs to get in there.
Right, and they, if the referee was standing when he first lined up the ball and then he put it back on the 1, there was about a shoe heel between him and the goal line originally.
2nd down and goal from around the 2.
Good
and this time
touchdown, easy.
Hover will glance and prance his way into the end zone right up the middle. A 2-yard touchdown run. Call it 1-yard touchdown run by Hover. And the Pirates get onto the board for the first time tonight at the 8:24 mark here in the second quarter, trailing 20-6. Fierce set for the extra point attempt kick from the 10. It'll be a 20-yard field goal as always, or extra point kick rather. Holding the ball, I believe, is A.J. Daniels. The kick is up, on its way, and it is good. It was a line drive from here. Looked questionable, but it went through. Southwestern gets on the board. They needed to. Chuck, will send it down to you. An impressive drive, 85 yards, capped off by that Hover run.
Yeah, Hover really kind of took over and put the team on his shoulders in that drive. The team followed along and drove it down the field. Other than the block in the back, they really were moving the ball down the field with a purpose. And Hover on that touchdown run used a little trickery with the ball, faked a pitch, and the man that was intended to tackle him, it hesitated him, caused him to pause just enough to allow him to slide right in beyond the goal line for the score.
Well, getting some stats here from Michael Francis behind us as well. The Pirates over 8 minutes almost in that drive. Just a little bit shorter because we're at the 8:24 mark, but it started there towards the end of the second, so over 8 minutes, or towards the end of the first rather, over 8 minutes on that drive. Great job by Hover and company, able to cap that off. And Southwestern needs to control the ball. They finally are able to hold on to it. They finally get a score. And the fifth possession upcoming here as Luke Fierce will kick this one from his left hash mark at the 35 from right to left. 2 set back to receive. 4 and an onside kick. Southwestern's going to have it just inside the 45. What a play by the Pirates.
Yeah, it went far enough, too. The kickoff did go far enough, and then it bounced back a ways on the fumble.
A beautiful execution, and Yusef Sham coming up with that for Southwestern. We went back and saw the replay there, and Tavon Gwynn had his possession hands the wrong way. He said, wait a minute, we got the ball. Let's go the other way with it. Southwestern, the onside kick. It tricked us. It tricked everybody. And on the 6th possession of the night, the Southwestern Pirates will start out on their own 44. Hover in shotgun, tight formation, 2 receivers to the right, has a back behind him. Hover standing in shotgun at the 40. High snap, Hover will keep on the option, darts through 2 defenders. Hover still on his feet across the 50 as he angles his way in between the numbers and the outside hash marks. Hover, a powerful run up to the half-century mark. It'll be 2nd down and manageable for the Pirates.
Great option play on that one. It was an option-style play, and he ran it to perfection on that one.
7:53 to go here in the first half of play, clock running. Southwestern trailing 20-7, but they've got the ball at the 50 on a 2nd down and 4. Hover shotgun, standing around the 45 on the right hash mark. Again on the option, going to spin his way forward and no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Clock ticking now at the 7:20 mark. Pirates trailing by 13. 3rd down here at Ornelas Stadium in Marshall, Texas. Southwestern trying to have another drive come alive for him here on a 3rd and 4 from the 50. Hover over the head and incomplete at the 40. The intended receiver there, Landry Bray, the senior from Arlington, Texas. He's got 1 for 16 yards this season, trying to get his 2nd reception and couldn't come up with it. And Southwestern's going to have to punt this one away from the 50. The 6th possession of the evening, if you count it like that. Really, if you go back, it's really on their 4th possession for East Texas. Punt is up and on its way from the 50, and this one will go take a Southwestern roll inside the 10, still rolling, baby. And it will be downed at the 6-yard line by Southwestern. Downing that ball for the Pirates was Ben Brockman, and East Texas has quite a ways to go, around 95 or so yards to get back into the end zone with a lead 20-7 at the 6:52 mark. Chuck, your thoughts on that last drive for Southwestern? They just couldn't find anything after getting some momentum early.
Yeah, it's unfortunate you didn't capitalize on the onside kick, but you're able to flip the field and pin East Texas here deep with the punt.
They've got 94 yards to go. East Texas will have it. Elects on the option as the back turning on the guns now and runs into the back of a Southwestern defender and finally drilled out of bounds. After a gain on the plays, he angled his way to the right side. It was Dominic Haggerty there on the run, the senior from Shreveport, Louisiana, going to C.E. Byrd High School there on the carry. The tackle made by Southwestern's Aaron Robinson. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 13. And again, the ball carrier here to the right side and brought down around the 15. The ball carrier there was Jock Kuykendall, the junior from right here in Marshall, Texas, playing in his own backyard. Hayden Smith with the tackle.
They ran that one with a direct snap to 13.
1st down for East Texas. They've got the ball now on the 15-yard line. Snap back to Baca, and he's going to hand off, and his back Haggerty this time as he tried to go forward. Haggerty is stopped for no gain on the play. Great job by that curtain of a defense for Southwestern. Yet again, Hayden Smith making a statement here early in this game. 2nd down and 10 from the 15. Baca steps back, heaves one up over around the 50, and it is incomplete at the 50. The intended receiver, Richard Johnson. It's the battle of the Unos out there. Number 1 playing on defense as well for Southwestern. It was Josiah Minifield breaking that one up. A little uno ye uno out there, Galen. We were practicing our Spanish on the way up here, brother.
Got a penalty against Southwestern.
Yep, and an offsides penalty on that, unfortunately, for the Pirates. It'll be 2nd down and 5 as the yardage moves up to the 20. Baca will hand off to his back as he tries to run it up the middle, and Haggerty this time stopped again for no gain on the play, maybe a half yard just in front of the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a manageable 6 for East Texas. Nice tackle there by Yusef Sham, who's made some tonight. At the 5:19 mark, Southwestern trails 20-7. Baca and East Texas in shotgun. 3rd down and 6 from just at their own 20. 2 receivers to either side. He has a back to his right, and he will elect to keep it. Throws over the middle, tipped up. Incomplete around the 35 to Richard Johnson. Flags, though, in the backfield. And the early signal is it's something again against Southwestern. Chuck, what'd you see down there?
I did not see what the action was in the backfield. I was watching the pass downfield, but where the flag is lying, it's either going to be a hold against the offensive line or it's roughing the passer.
And the Southwestern defender that came in on that play, fighting through with authority, had a slow time getting up. It was the big 6-0, DeAndre Adams. An automatic 1st down now for East Texas Baptist. The penalties continue to hurt Southwestern here in Marshall, Texas tonight. 4:59 to go first half. Tigers lead 20-7. Thanks for joining us here on SHN Sports. At halftime, we'll get to the sponsors and all those fine folks who help make these broadcasts and more possible. 1st down and 10. The ball now on their own 35. Baca will elect to keep it here. Throws over to the left side. His receiver falls down, able to get up and ankles his way forward for a 1st down after falling to the ground. Able to recover Kane Johnson for the 1st down to the 49, and a quick hurry-up offense here as Jackson Reese making the stop. Pass over to the right side. Up, trying to one-hand grab his way as he went out of bounds at the 30. Incomplete to Richard Johnson. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for East Texas. Galen, I'm running out of breath up here. The action's going so fast. I'm going to turn it over to you, Galen. Galen looks at me and shakes his head. 2nd down and 10. Fumble snap in the back and a bad snap. Baca rolls down, and he'll have it down at the 25 after the bad snap on that play. Chuck, what'd you see from the Southwestern defense?
He's claiming, Baca's claiming again that he got hit late.
They're kind of on their heels before that play, and quarterback didn't see the snap, went over his head. They were real fortunate there to pin East Texas Baptist back here with that play because they were coming on with a hurry up and they kind of had Southwestern on their heels. This may be the difference here.
Third down and forever now. The ball down near the 25 to the 27. Baca dodging through defenders, throwing across the middle, has his man at the 50. He drops it, and that's incomplete. Wow, what a play by Southwestern. Johnson got licked at the 50-yard line. And that's incomplete, and that will force a punt on this play.
Heideco brought the wood on that play.
As you just saw on the replay there, and Heideco got right in the middle of it, knocked it away, and forcing the second punt of the night by East Texas. It'll be fourth down. They'll have to punt this one from deep in their own territory. High snap. This is going to be a low drive punt. Southwestern will have it at the 35, trying to spin his way forward and immediately brought down for maybe only a gain of 1. They'll have it down to the 40, looks like getting on the 36-yard line there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where Southwestern will take things over at the 3:59 mark. The Pirates trail 20-7. They'll try to get another drive established here on their 7th attempt of the night. They've scored one time on the previous 6, Galen.
You got plenty of time here, even if you control the ball down the field and run it every play.
Southwestern will have it here, going from right to left on their own 37-yard line. Hover in shotgun on his right hash mark. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right of Hover, way up top near the hash marks. Hover calls on a hard count, now gets the snap, and he will elect to, well, he's tricking us. He passes it over to the right, has his receiver at the ankles, and they say no, incomplete, as the ground caught it for his intended receiver out there. And not able to pull that ball in was Anthony Stevens. Buckley there with a nice coverage. 3:54 to go. First half of play, Southwestern with the ball on their 7th possession of the night. Delonte Shines will head back over to the bench. It'll be 2nd down and 10, Southwestern on their own 37. Hyman a backfield, instead a pass over to Brandenburg. Brandenburg in between the hashes on top of the Tiger logo. He almost has the first down as he has dropped just about a yard short. He had to get to the 47. He got to about the 46.5. A nice tackle there to prevent that first down by Anton Clark.
Hover up the middle on a quick play.
Very quick Hover up the middle, and not only does he get a yard, he gets more than enough to the 49. Red Rover, can you let Hover come over? And he's been doing it tonight. The 3:27 mark. Inside East Texas territory at the 49, in between the lines. Hover over the middle. His receiver was drilled. It's incomplete at the 38, and that's just a big-time hit. No penalty. That's just tough college football right there, Galen.
Sure was, and the ball was passed, and he got hit just as soon as the ball was going past him.
You'll see it on their replay here in just a few moments. It's a play that you definitely want to forget, as Landry Bray is going to have to go to the sidelines and pray after that hit. My goodness. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The ball on the East Texas 49. Hover, a delayed handoff up the middle, has his back, and it is Heim with the Heimrich maneuver to the 10, angling his way, and it's a touchdown. Galen Heim, everybody, a 49-yard run. As he angled his way to the left, kept it on the hash. The Heimrich maneuver coming alive for Southwestern here in the first half.
It's a shame on a play like that the way the game's gone, that you immediately look back down the field to see if there's any hankies on the ground. Because, there's been so many times that the flags have been thrown tonight.
Luke Fierce tries to make this a manageable game, trailing 20-13. A kick here will make it a 6-point game. It's up, and it is through the uprights. And your score at the 3:10 mark. The Tigers 20, Southwestern 14, as Galen Heim with that 49-yard run moments ago to give his team a 6-point deficit. The Pirates, though, as you'll remember, they trailed this game 20-0. They've got 14 unanswered now. What a play on the offense. Chuck, how impressed were you with Heim's speed breaking through defenders on that play?
It was a great run by Heim, but first it started with the guys up front. They opened a big hole. He got a fantastic lead block on the linebacker and was able to get into the secondary. They did close on Heim, and it looked like they were going to try to strip the ball and poke it out of the back of the end zone, but he was able to get across the goal line before they knocked it out of his hand for the score.
Again, we appreciate Chuck Cracy down there on the sidelines, giving us his perspective, standing on the Southwestern sidelines.
It was a great show of leadership there on that play by Hover. He came running out on the field to congratulate his mates on that play and waving a towel. So waving a towel, jumping up and down, and patting them on the back.
Well, I expect Southwestern now trailing by 6 just to kick this one away. Remember Fierce last time, the onside, and he'll go for a little squib kick, but it'll sail inside the 20 to the right side, and East Texas Baptist has it, dodging through defenders, trying to pinball his way forward to the 25, and he'll be brought down at the 26. A decent return after that ball initially dropped around the 18, and East Texas Baptist on their 7th possession of the night, trying to extend their 20-14 lead here at the 3:05 mark in the first half of play right here from Ornelas Stadium. Galen looks like they marked that at the 26, so that is where East Texas will get things started here. And we'll see what Baca can do for his team. Starting out early, but 14 unanswered now for the Pirates. Southwestern in a 3-3 defense as Baca steps back, has all day, throwing over to the right side at the 40, all alone, has the reception, finally brought out of bounds at the 30. Richard Johnson all alone on that play. The coverage by Jackson Reese, and he left too much open for Richard Johnson on that play. But Galen, is this one coming back?
There's a flag, there's a hanky on the ground, but no, it must be against Southwestern.
Chuck, what are you seeing down there on that penalty?
Looks like they may have had hands to the face, and they may be declining the penalty, defensive hands to the face.
That's the only defense I used to have in basketball. I just put my hand right in a guy's face. Is that legal, Galen?
As long as you don't touch him. In basketball. In football, it definitely wouldn't be.
Yeah, they called that penalty on Southwestern on the defense, of course. And that will move the ball way deep now into Southwestern territory. It's first down and 10. The ball resting around the 15. Baca on the delayed handoff to his back, and he will slice his way forward to the 1-yard line. A nice run there by Jeremiah Robertson, and he gets it all the way down to the 1-yard line. But there is laundry. That may have been an offensive hold, and it is. That's coming back. Well, Southwestern getting a break here. East Texas Baptist now with a critical penalty. Here at the 2:48 mark, the Tigers lead on their home field in their conference opener in their second game of the season, 20-14 here in the ASC. It'll be first down and 20 from their own 25, or from the Southwestern 25. Robertson, the ball carrier. Up the middle he goes, and again, I'm not sure. He may have only got a gain of 1 or 2 on the play. It'll be second down and long. The ball on the East Texas 24. Baca in shotgun, looking over to the sidelines to his coach. He has one receiver up high, one down low to the left and right. A back to his right. Baca, as the pressure breaks down, finds his way out, throws over, right corner, up and incomplete, well out of the reach of his intended receiver, Richard Johnson. And again, the battles of the uno ye uno out there. Josiah Minifield on the coverage, but it wouldn't have reached Johnson anyways. That'll stop the clock at 2:11. Galen, this is a big opportunity for Southwestern's defense here.
It is a big play here, and, you know, even if you hold them for a field goal, it's a lot better than letting them.
Now the side judge comes out, and he will call Southwestern calls a timeout. He'll form it as well. We'll keep things right here. Chuck, will send it down to you. Southwestern defense trying to hold here before this second half or second quarter comes to an end.
This is a big series of downs here, really a couple of downs here. The Pirates can get a hold here and force a field goal attempt. To me, that's a long-distance field goal, even for a lot of college kids. You're looking at, if they hold them here with no gain, you're looking at about close to a 40-yard field goal by the time they set it.
Well, this was a drive, of course, that started after Southwestern's 49-yard touchdown run by Caleb Heim. East Texas started out on their own 26. They've managed the clock effectively here. Only a minute gone or so for East Texas. As they started this drive on their own 26, they're all the way down to the Southwestern 24. On the right hash mark, Baca in shotgun. Trips this time, stacked up in a triangle. Actually, 4 receivers up to the left. A little trickeration play. Back and forth they go. Baca has it, and Baca has all day. And the daylight pays off on the trickeration play. And Baca will score the touchdown from 24 yards. Baca gets it back off the hands of Tarek Bogard. Credit Bogard for the touchdown pass to Baca. 24 yards to number 7. And the extra point kick is up and good. And at the 2:04 mark, after barely running a minute off the clock, the Tigers strike back. Effective clock management. Chuck, that was a beautifully executed trickeration play there by East Texas.
Well designed and well executed. Caught the Pirate defense off guard, able to punch it in. The Pirates, however, still have 2 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time to get down here and cut it back down to 1 score.
Well, that's the first touchdown scored here in the second quarter by East Texas. If you'll remember, after 1, they led 20-0. Southwestern 14 unanswered until that touchdown moments ago. Southwestern in that first quarter, though, 6 touchdowns compared to 2 by East Texas University. Southwestern on 15 carries for only 8 yards going in to the second quarter. East Texas 3 for 12. The passing yards, 50 for Southwestern, 99 for East Texas. Southwestern 7 passes, only 6 yards. East Texas 4 for 3. Looking at a total offense, 22, 58 yards, and 7 for 111 for East Texas. Those numbers are going to go way up, though, here in the second quarter. We'll definitely break down the first half for you, but we've still got 2 minutes to go as East Texas will kick this one away from left to right from their own 35. High kick. Southwestern going to have to get under it at the 40, and it's dropped, and luckily able to get back down under it is Southwestern around the 40-yard line. And I believe that was Preston Deming off the foot there and had to hold on to it. And Southwestern at the 2:03 mark will have time. They have 2 timeouts. Both team has 2 timeouts apiece. And Southwestern with the possession now. They'll start this drive first down and 10 from their own 37. Last drive, of course, started from their own 37 as well. So can we emulate that drive moments ago? Heim, the delayed handoff over to Heim. And Galen still on his feet, tricking his way outside, angling to the right side off the Hover handoff. And he'll be out of bounds around the 45. I said Heim to Heim. Sorry about that, folks. That would have been pretty neat. It could be Heim to Heim, Galen, if it was a wildcat or something, you know.
It's definitely Heim time, though, when you get into a situation like that.
We've got the Heimrich maneuver. Now we've got Heim time. I like it, Galen. First down and 10. The ball on East Texas 45 on the right hash mark. Hover in shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Has a back behind him. And Hover will dart back inside. Passes this one over. And it is intercepted at the 25-yard line. The intended receiver was Landry Bray. And an interception on the play by Grant LaPointe-Teat.
He's from West Orange Stark, and we were talking about West Orange Stark on the drive down here today.
Unfortunate play there for Hover, and Landry Bray gave up on the run, but it was well underthrown. It wouldn't have mattered anyways. And at the 1:23 mark, Southwestern on the first play throws the interception. And for the 8th time tonight, East Texas will have the ball, leading 27-14 with 1:23 to go here in the second quarter. Baca in shotgun, has it on his own 26 on a 1st down and 10. Baca looking to pass, has all day, throws over to his man on the right side, drilled at the 30-yard line. And that was into the hands of Francis Silbach. A gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 31. Again, Baca this time over to the left. Has his man in between the marks and the number 40 on the left side. It's a 1st down.
They're lined up ready to run again before the chains even moved.
I believe that was Luke Morris on the reception at the 57-second mark. Now the clock running as they got it set. 1st down and 10 from the 40. And the officials will stop the play dead before it gets going here on this ball. And actually, Baca spiked the ball at the 40 to stop the clock. They could have thrown Southwestern for a loop there if they just would have went through with the play, Galen. Southwestern wasn't too really set. He's 2nd down and 10 from the 40. Baca steps back over the middle, has his man at the 40. Dancing through defenders, still on his feet, angling his way to the right side and brought down inbounds in between the numbers and the marker just in front of the 50. I believe that may have been Jaden Baroff with the reception here. Ball on the 48 on a 3rd down and short, and it is caught for the 1st down on the right side at the 45. Francis Silbach with the reception and the 1st down. And he does stay. No, he stayed inbounds, so a whistle here as a timeout is called on the field by East Texas. That'll be their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 remaining. Chuck, what are you seeing down there on the sidelines here? East Texas with a lot of momentum here late in the second quarter.
They have rallied here late in this half, and they're coming with a hurry-up offense, and they're catching the Southwestern defense a little bit off guard. And, they're out of position on a couple of these plays, and they're big plays, and so they need to get into position as soon as that play's over. The first play's over, get back in their position ready to go because the East Texas offense is moving quickly.
Appreciate you, Chuck. Chuck, way over on the Southwestern sidelines, way across the field from us at the 20. If you've been hearing in the background as well, some of the crowd noise, Jeff Sorrell's the announcer here, the public address announcer. We appreciate the great hospitality from East Texas Baptist University here this afternoon. 27 seconds on the clock. 1st down and 10 for East Texas on the Southwestern 45. Another trickeration play. This one over. Has his man at the left side, out of bounds, just inside the 30. Kane Johnson with the 1st down from Tarek Bogard again. And this time the snap goes back, but the officials are going to throw a flag, and I wonder if it's a false start. Chuck, what did you see down there?
It may be that they snapped the ball before the play was even set. That may be the penalty because even the quarterback wasn't ready.
There's 18 seconds on the clock, and yeah, that was a quick play even for us up here to try to see what was going on. The officials talking things over in between the marks at the 43 or so on the right side. They'll line up in another formation here with Richard Johnson on the right side as well as Tarek Bogard. Trips will be up top to the left. It is a false start offense. Kane Johnson out there on the left side alongside Joseph Fentress. And another receiver in between them is Jock Kuykendall. Empty backfield here for Baca on a 1st down and 15 from around his own 35. Throws up over the middle. Has his man ankle tackled in between the marks. Around the 15 into the hands of Bogard. Bogard's been all over the field so far. He's thrown a touchdown. He's thrown another pass, and now he's received quite a few too here for East Texas.
Roughing the passer against Southwestern again.
And another penalty, as Galen just said, for the Pirates, the mental mistakes hurting Southwestern as they trail 27-14 with 11 seconds to go. And yet again, East Texas Baptist threatening. They've got it. First down and goal from the 9-yard line. Baca in shotgun, passes over, has his man, and he's drilled around the 7. The clock will continue to run there on the left side, and now a timeout, I believe, going to be called by East Texas Baptist. They'll probably kick a field goal here. Got 5 seconds. Why not? Go for 3 more. Make it a 16-point game if you can get it. Galen, your thoughts here late in the second quarter. Southwestern hasn't been able to hold and protect a comeback that they had going early.
No, they haven't, and they had the momentum, and then they just flew away out into
the clouds that have been over here.
Yeah, the clouds look real good, though, especially off to the direction we're going to be driving going home later tonight.
Well, again, it's a 4.5-hour drive here. With Nathan driving, it may be a 3-hour drive back. We'll see.
Depends how many truck drivers he can try to pick a fight with on the way.
We appreciate all the fine folks out, especially folks that drive trucks. We wouldn't get our goods without those guys, so our hat's off to you guys and all the long hours you put on the road.
Yeah, we're going to try about a 25-yard field goal here and see what we...
And it is from the 15, so you add another 10, a 25-yard field goal attempt. And the hold is up, and Drew McKay kicks it, and it is no good. So Southwestern will probably just take a knee with 2 seconds to go. I wouldn't expect them to go for it. Chuck Crazy will try to get Coach Joe Austin at halftime as he runs into the locker room for a very quick interview. I know that Coach Austin is going to get to that locker room quick and talk things over with his players. He is not happy right now.
We probably won't have anything more than the kickoff, because if the guy fields the kickoff, that's going to end if the kickoff is even fielded, which you have to do.
But the field goal was no good, so Southwestern will take back over here. Yeah, Galen.
Ooh, my bad.
So we should see Southwestern just take a knee here. I wouldn't expect them to try to do something miraculous, as just in case, East Texas will put 2 deep back around the 45. Southwestern doesn't line up in a formation where they'll take a knee. They may try to throw one down here, Galen. Why not? It is Hover on a 1st down and 10 from his own 20. And Southwestern with 2 seconds will hand off to Heim, and he will be dropped down. And on the 8th possession of the game, or the 9th possession for Southwestern, that is the end of the quarter, as Chuck Crazy will try to get an interview with Coach Joe Austin. Coach Austin going to take a little while to get over there to Chuck as he's still talking things over back on the right side. Galen, Southwestern's got their work cut out for them in the second half. You know that they're going to have a nice talking to there at halftime.
Yeah, 13 points is a pretty good hold. You're going to have to try to shut them out or hold them to at least just 1 touchdown, and then try and put 3 of your own on the board.
We'll send it down to Chuck Crazy with Coach Joe Austin. Chuck, take it away quickly.
Okay, Coach, pretty rough first quarter especially, but rough first half overall. What are you going to tell the guys at halftime?
Well, we haven't played well at all. We haven't played well in any phase, so we got a lot to fix. We got to work on our demeanor, first of all. If we can get our demeanor fixed, then we should be able to figure things out.
And they come with a little quick offensive plays. Kind of caught our defense off guard a little bit there. What are we going to do to adjust with that?
Well, no, that didn't catch us off guard. That's their offense. That's what they do. We just didn't do a very good job with it. We got to do a better job.
Well, good luck second half, Coach. There you go, Rob. Back at you.
So Coach Joe Austin down there with Chuck Crazy. We appreciate Coach Austin, his accessibility. A great coach here at Southwestern, always very direct and to the point, as he will head into the locker room and talk things over with his team. 20-minute halftime. We will let you enjoy some of the sights and the sounds of the East Texas University Marching Band, and then Galen and I will come back on ourselves and talk more about this game. Stay with us, folks. Southwestern University football here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue in just a few moments.
we moved 1 yard.
I was like, this is forever. Dang. I was like, unless we're throwing a Hail Mary, there's no point in being on here.
I'm getting
Shut up. There's a lot of like random fucking bugs over here. I'm like, what's going on? What are these bugs? I've never seen them. I thought it was Pizza Hut because I googled the address and the Pizza Hut was right there. And I was like, oh, okay.
Welcome back to halftime discussion here. About 11 minutes to go before we break back into this ball game. Rob Hipp now joined behind a man who helps me out with Georgetown Eagle football in the high school realm on Friday nights. Up here helping as well with SHN on our production crew and helping make it sound like I actually kind of know what I'm talking about in this ball game. Mr. Michael Francis. Michael, we talk about a Southwestern team right now that trails 27-14 here in Marshall, Texas. It's been a tough one for the Pirates so far, marred by penalties.
It really has been. Turnovers have definitely been the bane for Southwestern University. They had their opening drive. They were moving the ball down the field. They put one on the carpet and turn it over. It ends up in points against them. And again, they on their next drive, they drop the ball again and have another turnover, ends up in points. That's really been the story of the game so far, along with the penalties that have cost them field position and points.
Well, you know, Southwestern trailed after the first quarter 20-0. They had 14 unanswered, so they got this game back to within a manageable 6 points. And in the final moments of the second quarter, within minutes before we ended the second quarter, East Texas Baptist with 2 scores, one of them a touchdown, and then that field goal that was no good, but they scored twice, leading here 27-14. Southwestern's got to stop the penalties. That has been hurting them tonight.
Right, that and the explosive plays that they've given up to Johnson, the big receiver on East Texas. Huge kid, and one play, one touchdown drives twice.
Well, if we look at it here, first downs though, Southwestern leading on that end, 13-12. Southwestern 32 carries for 137 yards. East Texas has not been able to get a running game established. 9 carries for only 2 yards. The net passing yards for Southwestern 73. The air assault, though, from Baca has been what's killing Southwestern tonight on that football field. 228 yards compared to 73 for Southwestern. You just talked about that. Southwestern, 13 attempts, only 8 yards, 1 interception. And then Baca tonight and his receiver coming in as well, doing some work. 17 passes, 12 yards. That doesn't make sense, actually. That stat, yeah. We'll have to figure that out. He's 17 for 12 for 228 if you break up both of them.
Right.
And Southwestern, let me correct myself, 13 and 8, 73 yards. So we'll see what Southwestern can do. They've got to keep their composure. They've got to keep things together here in this game. They did turn that ball over 3 times on the ground and then 1 interception. It's not been a very good night tonight for Southwestern if you start talking about the penalties and the turnovers. That's not going to get it done.
No, definitely not. Defensively, they got to stop making those mistakes. The 15-yard penalties that they keep giving up for unsportsmanlike conduct, hands to the face, those hurt you. You had a big pass play and tack on another 15 and put the ball down into the red zone, and you're just hurting yourself.
Well, Brian Baca, as we go look at his stats here, 10 for 14, 186 yards. Bogard has came in on those trickeration plays, both of them, 2 for 2, 42 yards. He's got a touchdown. On the receiving end for East Texas, it's Richard Johnson, 3 for 95. Brandenburg, 6 for 44. That's really been the difference of the game so far, has been that air assault by the Tigers.
Absolutely. They got to put more pressure on Baca to make him make decisions a lot more quickly and get this game back in control. Like you said, I mean, they've got the power to control the line of scrimmage. They had an 8-minute possession there in the start of the second quarter, showing that they could control the game, and it looked like that Coach Austin was going to try to manage the game by controlling the clock, getting within striking distance from only 7 points down, and then go from ball control and try to run the clock.
Well, Southwestern, they've gotten to the red zone once. They've scored in the red zone, Michael, but only once. East Texas has got in there 2 times. They've only scored once. The rest of those have been big plays where they have scored outside the red zone.
Right.
Well, we will take a quick break, about 7 minutes until we get the third quarter started. We'll come back. We'll thank the sponsors and more. We'll also continue to thank all the fine folks in Georgetown back at Boomtown Escapes. Boom, baby! Boomtown Escapes. Hey, if you want some good drinks, if you want some good fun, Georgetown's #1 and only escape room, Boomtown Escapes. Get over there, check them out. We will be back here in just a few moments. Southwestern Pirate Football on the SHNSports.com broadcast network continues in just a few moments. Stay with us. Welcome back to Southwestern Pirate Football. About 6 minutes until we get things started here in the third quarter, as we want to make sure that we thank all of our wonderful sponsors to start things off. East Texas will get the ball as Southwestern elected to receive. That'll happen in under 6 minutes. Southwestern Pirate Football, sponsored in part by Minuteman Press and Waterboy Graphics. These are platinum-level sponsors. Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes. Roger Chapel, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. First Texas Bank, Georgetown Jewelry, H-E-B. Here, everything's better. Mama Foo's Asian House, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, the Sheraton Austin Georgetown Hotel and Conference Center. Southwestern Pirates football gold sponsors CJ's Catering, Double Dave's Pizza, Primerica Financial Solutions, R Bank, Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union, Schloschke's Austin Eatery, Southstar Bank, St. David's Georgetown Hospital, one of the top 100 hospitals in the United States, Texel Credit Union, Turnip Seed Real Estate Group, Antioch Georgetown, Chick-fil-A, Georgetown Commercial Properties, Georgetown Shirt Company. Our bronze sponsors, Be Creative, Boom Town Escapes, Chisholm Trail Pediatrics, City of Georgetown, Don Hewlett Chevrolet, Eagles Wings Home Services, Gary Brown, CPA, Georgetown Title, Hillstone at Wolf Ranch Apartments, John F. Lewis CPA, State Farm Featherstone Agencies, and Upstream Investment Partners. Thank you for your generous support of Southwestern Pirate Football, also helping to make these broadcasts on SHN Sports possible. Galen, I did want to mention we do have opportunities for sponsors to help us with quarters here at SHN Sports. That will help cover our insurance and our travel costs. So if you're interested in being a quarter sponsor, please give us a shout. We can work that out. And also other opportunities available as a travel sponsor as well. So we are seeking sponsorship to help us with our travel and quarter sponsors. If you're interested, you can shoot us a message, an email to rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. And just one other option here to let everyone out there know about. If you'd like to know when we go live, I highly encourage that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that by going to youtube.com/SHN Sports #1. Again, youtube.com/SHN Sports #1. Click the subscribe button and also the bell to receive notifications. You'll know even before we know when we go live, Galen. So I encourage you to do that. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to our friends back in Georgetown. Under 3 minutes, Tigers lead 27-14. Galen?
Talking about travel, travel sponsors. We've got a big trip coming up to Alpine, and Mary Hardin Baylor made that trip today, and they're making another run at 100 points in the game. They're ahead 44-0 at the half.
It's a very stacked American Southwest Conference as always. Tough teams. Mary Hardin Baylor. You know that team. You live pretty close to that area.
I live 8 miles from their stadium. One thing you got to do, where this game is really important, is you get to take this knock. If you lose to East Texas Baptist, you still have to play Hardin Simmons and Mary Hardin Baylor, and we got Mary Hardin Baylor at their place in 2 weeks. So it would be really nice to come back and win this game.
Well, Southwestern definitely has the firepower. They've just got to quit the costly turnover mistakes. Hey, we had a shout-out come in. Jim Wilson sending us one earlier saying, "Go Pirates, behind you all the way." Also a shout-out saying hi to the Austin clan, Joe and Marissa, Ryan, Leanne, Deb, and Dan from the Penners family in Minnesota. If you've got a shout-out as well, we would love to hear from you. Please send us a text message to 512-522-9105. Again, that SHN text line is open at 512-522-9105. We'd love to hear from you. We also, Galen, wanted to mention on our YouTube, we do have a lot of folks there watching on that stream this afternoon and early evening, saying hello from Boomtown Escapes, Marissa Navarro, and other folks there, Tony McMillan saying let's go, watching from Greensboro, North Carolina. So a lot of folks on our live stream right now, and we are about to get started just under a minute or so before the kickoff, and we resume play. Southwestern trails 27-14. We'll take a quick moment and step aside. Third quarter action will be here in just a few moments. We'll send it back down to Chuck Crazy after the break. Stay with us. SHN Sports ASC coverage continues. Welcome back. Southwestern Pirate football under 30 seconds before the third quarter kickoff as the team's getting ready to make the field. Chuck, we'll send it down to you down there on the field. What are the Pirates, and what was kind of the attitude as they walked off the field a while ago, and then their attitude walking back on?
Well, the attitude walking off was a little bit of frustration and anger at themselves. Coming back out, they talked about, I could tell from the players and the coaches, they were talking about how special this second half was going to be. And, they were able to close out that first half, force a field goal attempt that was missed, keep the score within a traditional 2-touchdown score, actually 13. Even with the field goal, it still would have been 2 possessions, but that's 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions. Here is a manageable score to come back from, and they just got to play a little defense and stay out of their own way.
Well, Chuck, thank you for the fine work that you're always doing down there on the sidelines, helping to make this a multi-dimensional broadcast. It's our goal to make this broadcast as excellent as it can be for our friends there in Georgetown and also the visiting teams as well, as we're about to get started here in this third quarter of action. 15 minutes on the board, and the Pirates will kick this one off from right to left to start this game. Southwestern will put toe to leather off the right foot. The ball is up in the air, and it'll drop inside the 25, around the 23 on the left side, bringing the ball forward across the 35 and down around the 33 there in between the hash and the outside markers on the left is East Texas Baptist. And with a 13-point lead, 27-14, they'll have the ball first here on their 9th possession of this night, live from Marshall, Texas, here at Ornelas Stadium.
You look back at this and you read a little bit about some of their players, and Baca is a kind of a rookie, really. Baca was a 3-time all-district first-team performer in high school at Pittsburgh, playing for his father, who was the coach at Pittsburgh.
Well, Baca will have it here to first down and 10 from his own 37. He will hand off to Haggerty, and Haggerty, no gain on the play, actually a loss of 1. They'll move the ball back to the 36. Tackle made there on the play by Hayden Smith, Galen.
A little bit more swarming there on the defense there. Coming up, checking off on the play.
Yeah, we need to see more of that. Here on a second down and 11 from his own 36. Baca will pass over and well overthrows his intended receiver on the right side. It's incomplete at the 35. It was in the direction of his receiver number 2, Tarek Bogard. On the coverage for Southwestern was Aaron Robinson, wearing number 3.
I'll tell you what, they had the receiver pretty well sandwiched on that one. He didn't have a very big field to operate in.
Third down and 11, the ball on his own 36 from left to right as Baca getting the play call from the sidelines. He'll line up here with 2 receivers to the left and right. Delays the handoff, keeps it, and will throw over, has his man at the 50, breaks through a tackle as Johnson still on his feet, tight roping as he goes on the 20-10, and he will go in and score the touchdown right out of the gates for East Texas Baptist on their opening possession. It started out on their own 36-yard line. Wow, what a play there by Richard Johnson.
That gentleman there is a game breaker.
It's a 64-yard touchdown strike as he broke through a defender on the right side at the 50. And set here to try for the extra point from the toe, and it is good, and it's a 34-14 game. A 20-point lead now, and that's got to be deflating for Southwestern's defense coming right out of halftime. Poised and unfortunately giving up another big play.
That puts you in a real character check position to see how you're going to react to this. Because right now at this point in the game, you're in a real deep hole. The other team's got the momentum, a 3-touchdown lead. And it's up to you to stop them for the rest of the game and to take it and get those three and a little more, 3 touchdowns and a few more points.
Chuck, been a tough night for the defense and the quarterbacks back there. Johnson has simply been on fire.
He's an incredible specimen. To see him on field level is quite impressive. There's a reason why he was named potentially the most talented player in this conference. He showed it on that play.
Well, up until that play, he already had 95 yards. He's now well over 130 at the 14-12 mark. East Texas leading 34-14. High kick. It's going to go short around the 40, and it is dropped, and that's interference, and it will be Southwestern ball. I believe they're going to call interference there because he went for the fair catch, and the player for East Texas Baptist got right in his face and knocked it away. You can't do that, so Southwestern should have this ball. Chuck, I'll send it down to you on that.
It almost looked like it was intentionally kicked to his own outside cover guy, and he tried to catch it in running, and because of the fair catch, you have to give the guy room enough to try to catch the ball. He didn't see him apparently.
No, and he ran right under it. He almost caught that kick itself.
It looked intentional.
Player.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like he intended to kick it to his own man in some kind of weird onside kick.
Well, it didn't work for him because now Southwestern will have great field position trying to answer that last touchdown drive from the 64-yard pass to Johnson moments ago. So Southwestern will start here in great field position on the left hash mark, moving from right to left. They'll have it on the East Texas 45. Hover all alone in the backfield, throws over up the middle, has his man in between the marks across the 30, still on his feet, now near the 20. A beautiful catch and run there by Southwestern, right up the middle. It was the big tight end who we haven't seen a whole lot this season, Galen, the 6'4", 220 senior veteran, A.J. Daniels. He ran 2 for 11, and that is his second catch of the season. He was 1 for 12 coming into this game. Good to see A.J. getting some shine time tonight. They don't care about the shine time. They want the touchdown. Hover on a first down from the 24 of East Texas. Again over the middle, this time out of the reach of his intended receiver Daniels at the 23. It'll be incomplete. It'll be second down and long 10. They've got to get to the 14 for the first down. I'm surprised, too, because Daniels is one of the biggest players on that team. You can't miss him, Galen.
No.
Landry Bray will head over to the bench for Southwestern. Coming in is Max Paxton. He'll line up as a receiver to the left. One receiver, the Lone Ranger, to the right. And now a flag flies. And a penalty against the offense. Was that a false start, Chuck? I didn't see that down there.
Substitution.
It was a substitution penalty. Broke the huddle with too many players.
Man, I got to tell you, we got a representative here from East Texas Baptist getting the fog and wiping the windows outside for us. You got to talk about the hospitality. We sincerely appreciate the fine folks here in Marshall, Texas, especially at East Texas Baptist University, taking care of us tonight.
Making his bid for all-conference squeegee operator.
Second down and 14, the ball on the East Texas 29. Hover all alone in the backfield, going to dodge through defenders here, and he will be slammed in the backfield as he tried to take off with it. A huge loss on the play, and coming up with a sack for East Texas was Zach Walker, the senior. 3 tackles coming into this game from Monroe, Louisiana. Neville High School doing some work out there is Walker. It'll be third down and long now for Southwestern. The ball all the way back to the 36-yard line of East Texas. Hover in shotgun, standing on the 40. Delayed handoff. He'll keep it, though. Trying to dodge through defenders, and he's tackled only a gain of a few. He'll bring it up around the 33, and Southwestern may be in that no-man's land where they're going to go for it here on fourth down and long, Galen. We'll see if that's what Coach Austin elects to do. Again, you're kind of too far from a field goal, and really a punt isn't going to do that much good for you at this point, but we'll see what they elect to do here, Galen.
You're pretty much close enough that if you do anything at all with the play, you're going to put it as deep as a punt, a traditional punt really would have. So
they will go for it here on fourth down and a long 19 on the East Texas 33. Hover in shotgun, trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Has some room, and now Hover trying to escape that room. Still on his feet. He's going to tuck and run, and he will be slammed down at the 30. Just a gain of a little bit there, and coming up, the big 91 for East Texas is Keandre Malden, putting a mauled on Frederick Hover. 2 tackles coming into this game for Malden. He's got 1 sack. Give him another one there, Galen.
Yep, and Southwestern got away with a block in the back on that play. Right, it was right after the tackle.
So a turnover on downs for Southwestern on their 10th possession. They weren't able to do much, and East Texas will take over at the 11:55 mark, leading by 20, 34-14. Baca in shotgun on his own 30. Hands off to his back, still trying to plow his way forward is Haggerty. And Haggerty will have a strong fought 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7. He gets the ball up to the 33. The last possession for East Texas started on their own 37. It was capped off by that huge 64-yard pass for the touchdown. And here on a 2nd and 8 from the 33, again the handoff to the back. And again on the right line as he continues to push his way forward through a hurtling of Southwestern defenders. The ball carrier there was Haggerty again. That young man uses that 5'7", 173-pound frame like he's a bulldozer, Galen. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 from the 37. In shotgun, steps back, throws over, yet again has Johnson, yet again has the 1st down. Another missed tackle. Johnson fumbles it out of bounds at the 40, but it is another 1st down and another big play by Richard Johnson down to the Southwestern 44. Galen?
The man is almost a man among men. I mean, man among boys is out there playing with his multiple package of talent.
Well, the first game and the only game of the season, 3 receptions for 132. He's already eclipsed that tonight. Probably well over 150 now. 1st down and 10 from the Southwestern 44. Handoff. Trying to run it up the gut in between the hash marks. Gets the ball up to the Southwestern 41. The ball carrier there again was Haggerty. Haggerty having a good game on the ground as they're trying to get that running game established. The first half wouldn't tell you so. It's been all passing here. 2nd down and manageable 8 from the 44. Actually, they've got it around the 42, Galen. A gain of 2 on that play. As Baca is in shotgun, 1 receiver to either side. He looks over across center field, has his man, and at the ankles, not able to make the grab at the 20. Incomplete by Jock Kuykendall. Great coverage on Southwestern. In the back was the corner, Aaron Robinson, breaking that one up. Bernard Sheenery also back there on it. Or Century, beg your pardon. A 5'11" freshman from Lake Jackson, Texas, came into this game with 1 tackle. He's trying to do some work back there as well. On a 3rd down and 10 from the 42.
Finally got
in the backfield, a sack at the 45-yard line. Baca turned into Chewbacca on that play and had nowhere to go. A sack. It was Yusef Sham coming up with it for Southwestern. That is Yusef's first sackle. First sackle, is that what you call it, Galen? A tackle. It'll be 4th down and 12. The ball back to the 45-yard line, maybe the 46 here, as Baca will take this one and actually punt it. It's going to go out of bounds on the right hash mark, right at, boy, he's going to give him a few extra for Southwestern. I thought it went at the 15. They're going to mark it out at the 18. And after a punt, Southwestern defense able to hold a good series there. Southwestern needed one for a little life. Chuck, I'll send it down to you. That was an important stop for Southwestern's defense.
Big sack there from Sham on 3rd down to force a decision there by East Texas on whether or not they should go for it in kind of no man's land or punt. They went with a quick kick. Decent enough field position for Southwestern to work with here, down 3 scores.
Chuck, wanted to ask you, how's the humidity? How's the weather down there on the sidelines?
It's still pretty humid. It's a little, temperature-wise, it's a little less hot, but it's still plenty wet down here.
Well, Southwestern will start with this ball on their own, looks like 17-yard line is where they will start from. Hover in shotgun, 1 receiver to the left, 1 up top to the right. Hover going to delay handoff to his back on the left hash mark as he tries to tightrope it. It's Heim, and Heim will be stopped for only a gain of 1 or so. It'll be 2nd down and long. Tackle made there for East Texas was Josh Reed. They'll say no gain on that, Galen.
Yeah, they just basically, took away any running room there was in the middle. Everybody just clogged up. And there was no place for Heim to go.
Under 9 minutes, Southwestern second down. They do give him 1 yard at 9 and from the 18. And this time in the backfield, almost thought it was another fumble back there, and Hover is going to be sacked for a loss.
Was it a bad pitch?
We'll take a look at it on the SHN Sports replay. Yeah, it was just a bad exchange there as Hover tried to go back over to Kalen Heim, and he dropped it. Luckily, Hover able to fall back onto it. That'll set Southwestern way back now to the 12-yard line. It'll be third down and long. They've got to get all the way up to around the 27 for the first down. Empty backfield here for Fred Hover. Has his man at the 20, angling his way back into the right hash mark, and just gives the punter enough breathing room. At the 20-yard line, Southwestern will have to punt. That's a tough series for the offense as they desperately, Galen, needed to get something going. They could not on that play. The mishaps, the misexchanges continue tonight for Southwestern.
And chances to come back are ticking away. You got 22 minutes, basically 22 minutes left in the game.
I believe Emery will punt this one away. Gets a high, booming punt. It will go down to the 39-yard line. Southwestern chasing from behind and making the tackle at the 45. A good job there by the Pirates. Bernard Century there, beg your pardon, on the stop, and that is where East Texas, they'll have good field position, though, here on their 11th possession of the night, leading 34-14 at the 7:24 mark here in the third quarter. It's like they'll start this possession, Galen. We're waiting to see the official spot as they're still talking things over. They've got it down at the 48. And that is where the ball will rest, on the right hash mark on the own 48. I'll send it down to Chuck.
There's a flag down on the field there right around the 40. That's what they're discussing. It was late, well after the play was over.
Thank you for that, Chuck. I did see that there at the end, and they're going to pick it up and put it back in his pocket. Let's see if they wave it off.
Ejection.
Wow. So getting ejected from the game, was that 56, he said?
Number 5.
Number 5 for East Texas. And that's Anton Clark is going to be ejected from the game now on his second unsportsmanlike of the night. And that is correct. Is that the correct number, Chuck?
I believe so. That's what I heard him say.
Well, it'll start now from his own 33 is where Baca will have to work for here after that penalty. It'll be first down and 10 from left to right, his team leading 34-14. The official still talking things over with Baca and his back behind him. I can hear Southwestern players over there asking, where's it at, Rosie? Rosario Hernandez Jr., our player of the game on defense last week. Baca here on a first down from his own 33. Heaves it over the middle. It's incomplete near the 40. The intended receiver on the play, it was Jock Kuykendall. Great coverage there by Southwestern, but honestly just overthrew him. Kuykendall, one catch for 48 yards here in this game. He's got a touchdown on that one catch. Rosario Rosie Hernandez Jr. with the coverage. We just talked about him. Now he came out and providing some coverage back there. 7:20 to go, third quarter, second down and 10. Ball on the 33 for East Texas from left to right. Delayed handoff. Back over in between the numbers to the right side. A pickup of about 2 or 3 on the play. The ball carrier for East Texas Baptist, Haggerty. And Haggerty will have it to around the 35. They'll mark him right at the 35. Haggerty 4 for 11 at halftime. Longest run tonight was 7 yards. 6:54 to go, third down and a long 8. Good opportunity here for Southwestern defense. Over the middle, has his man, has the first down at the 45. Unbelievable grab in between the lines by Tarek Bogard. But the flags are down on the field. This one may be coming back. We'll wait to see. Chuck, what did you see down there?
It was a late flag after the play, so it will probably still be first down as they mark this off. Heck of a series right now going on by the D tackle for the Pirates. Looks like he came out, though. That's DeAndre Adams. He's hit Baca twice on this series. Baca able to get that pass off and complete it, but there was some kind of mouthing going on, referee not having it.
Yeah, and that's a 15-yard variety, as Michael and I like to talk about. You don't want that kind of variety. It's Eric Bogard there on the offense.
And that was number 5 who got the heave-ho because they just walked him off with an escort to the dressing room.
Ball now on the 40-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 from the 40 for Baca and the East Texas Baptist Tigers. He's standing at the 35. In the pocket, throws over, has his man wide open, Johnson again. And this time he can't shake and bake a defender, but he will have enough for an East Texas Baptist first down to the Southwestern 48 there on the right side. On the coverage was Josiah Minifield, and Minifield has been struggling tonight against a very athletic and powerful 6'4", 250-pound senior in Richard Johnson from Cleveland, Texas. Injury timeout on the field. So we will keep things right here. Remember, the SHN text line is open at 512-522-9105. Send us a text. Let us know you're out there tonight. We'd love to hear from you. 512-522-9105. Message coming in. Go Pirate. 2 scores. We win by 1. I want the coach's shirt. Tony Pelagonia, class of 83, is at the game. Thank you, Tony. Shout out to Rosie Hernandez from Southwest Pirates. Great interview this week. Here on a first down and 10 from the Pirate 47. Pass over to the left side. Darting through a defender, ankling his way to the 30. Still in bounds. A nice catch on that play on the left side. It was Kane Johnson. Tackle made by Jackson Reese on the defense. We appreciate the Hernandez family in California. Back in action here. First down and 10. Now on the Pirate 30 from left to right. Baca shotgun, has a back behind him, passes over, though, again to the left side. This time stopped at the 25. Once again into the hands of Kane Johnson. Johnson in the first half, 2 for 32. He's got 2 more quick grabs here and well over 50 yards now. A hurry-up offense for East Texas. It'll be second down and 5 from the 25. Handoff to his back. Still trying to spin his way forward. Another few yards gain there, well short of the first down by a yard or 2 into the hands of Haggerty, who's had a pretty strong running game so far these last couple of drives, Galen.
See, that's going to give him a third down, right? Or third and 2.
5:09, third down and 2. Baca shotgun from his 23 of Southwestern over to the left side. Has the first down to his receiver. Again, it's Johnson, and Johnson near the 15 in the red zone. It'll be a first down for East Texas Baptist as they move the chains.
I'll tell you what, right now, most of East Texas Baptist receivers are wide open. They have time enough to catch the ball. They may not go anyplace after they catch the ball, but they've got time enough to catch it.
First and 10 from the 16. Scrambling up. It's intercepted. No, was not able to hold on to it in the end zone, Southwestern. And it was a nice effort there on the play by Southwestern's Joel Heideco. Maybe Rosario Hernandez back there. We'll see it on the replay. Heideco was in the area as well before, and it was a good opportunity down there, but just not able to haul that one in. Second down and 10 from the 16. Handoff again to the back, over to the right side. Angling to the numbers and dropped in the back. A run there once again by Haggerty. Nowhere to run on that play, dropped by Heideco. See, I said Heideco earlier. I meant to say it this play. That was the predictive memory. I can always see a play in advance, Galen, but I don't ever want to give that away, and I accidentally did on that last one, so I apologize for that. Third down and 10 from the 16. Baca shotgun standing on his 20. Has some light now, the pressure, throwing the corner over to the left, and it is incomplete. His intended receiver not able to come down with it there. Great coverage on the play. It was in the area and intended for Jock Kuykendall. Great coverage by Southwestern. Heideco again. And now East Texas Baptist may go for a field goal here, Galen.
Looks like that's what they're bringing on.
Well, a drive that starts on their own 33. They get it through into the red zone, but not able to capitalize at least with a touchdown. And McKay will set to kick this one away. It looks like about a 33, Galen, from here.
Yeah.
A 33-yard field goal attempt is up, and it is good. 33 yards right between the uprights for Drew McKay. And East Texas Baptist extends their lead 37-14. Chuck, I'll send it down to you on the sidelines for a summary of that last drive.
Yeah, East Texas taking advantage of the cushion provided by the Pirate corners, and they threw a lot of bubble screen type passes, getting 3-5 yards, marching down the field. Southwestern able to step up there towards the end. Would have been an incredible catch there in the corner for Kuykendall. He didn't make it and forced the field goal. So Pirates in a deeper hole, though.
Thank you, Chuck. We'll have some D1 action for all you Longhorn fans out there right now. USC, 22nd ranked in the country, leading the Longhorns 14-3. Not sure what quarter that is in. It's in the first quarter, so USC. A lot of people said going into that game in Division I, a USC team that some said was underrated. Well, so far they're not looking underrated to me, leading 14-3 in the first. 4:03 to go, left to right. The kick will go. 2 set back to receive for Southwestern. This is a high kick again. It'll be fielded and fair caught at around the 33 by Southwestern into the hands around the 33 or so. And that is where Southwestern will take over here after the field goal moments ago. 4 minutes straight up to go here in the third quarter. Thanks for joining us for Southwestern Pirate football here in the American Southwest Conference opener for East Texas Baptist. The second game for Southwestern. East Texas coming into this game after a loss 2 weeks ago. They had the bye week 0-1. Southwestern entering tonight 2-0 after defeating the Warhawks in the opener last week in the conference. 1st and 10 from his own 33 is Hover. All alone in the backfield. Looks over to the left. Has A.J. Daniels in action. Jackson Daniels will have the ball down to around they're going to mark him down at the 43. So a little action A.J. on that play. It's good to see him getting some looks here in this ball game as he'll head back over to the sidelines, Galen. Got to start taking advantage of that young man's stature and his height. Exactly. 1st down and 10. Southwestern on a 43. A keeper by Frederick Hover. Fred tries to spin his way down and looks like he'll be brought down. Well, if you want to look at the state logo around the 45, that would be about Galveston, Galen. So he's brought down on Galveston at the 45, a gain of about 1 or 2 on the play.
Get his feet wet getting tackled there. But one thing about it is it looks like they've adjusted their defense a little bit because Hover in the first half was running real effectively up the middle. But now it looks like they've clogged them in the last few plays where Southwestern's had the ball. It looks like they're clogging up the middle pretty well.
Yeah,
it looks
East
like
Texas
a congested highway.
Showing a little blitz here, and a flag's going to fly. Probably a false start against Southwestern. Chuck, did you see anything down there on that one?
Looks like a false start to me. Hover went in motion. There was a direct snap to Heim. The whistle was blown before the ball snapped. Didn't get a number.
And it is a false start. It'll be 2nd down and 14 or 15. It's going to be 2nd and 14 for Southwestern back on the 40-yard line now of their own side. Hover shotgun, Heim behind him, delayed handoff. Heim tries to punch it up the middle as he went to the right hash mark, and really no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down, maybe 1. It'll be 3rd and 13 for Southwestern. A good stop there by Garrett Gibson, the middle linebacker here at East Texas. East Texas, as they say. Sean Connery down there. Chuck, Sean Connery.
Yeah, don't ask me to do any Connery imitation.
We're trying to feed you, Chuck. 2nd down and 13 from the 40 for Hover. in shotgun. Heim behind him, going to pass here, and he is going to be dropped in the backfield, and he fumbled it. And coming up with the ball yet again is East Texas. The 4th fumble tonight
52.
for Southwestern.
32. 92 had the fumble recovery.
Hover just got hit on his right hand. He was tracked down on that play, and unfortunate again for Southwestern as they just cannot hold on here tonight at the 2:01 mark, trailing 37-14. A drive that started on their own 33. They got backpedaled a little bit on a penalty, and now East Texas will have great field position on the Southwestern 36 is where Baca and company will take over here and try to extend their 37-14 lead. First down and 10 from the Southwestern 36. Baca all alone in the backfield now. Shows the pressure, throws way out of bounds. Had to throw that one away at the 25. The intended receiver for Southwestern on that right side, not able to come up with it.
I think Baca may have got roughed again.
Yep.
Targeting.
It's a targeting call. And he is disqualified for the game. So now we've seen ejections on each side of the field. Chuck, what number was that on the?
Number 50, Crawford. Came in after the pass and made contact, pretty good contact.
Did he get ejected?
Yeah.
He did. It was
Yeah, for
a
the
targeting
Wow.
call.
So Crawford coming into this game, the junior, 8 tackles, 1 interception. He's out on a first down and 10 from the 20 in the red zone. The pass here over to the right side. It went into the hands. And that will be a small pickup. It'll be, or large pickup. It'll be second down and 3 on the right hash mark from the 14. Handoff from Baca to his back behind him. Another pickup here with about a yard to go. He's got to get down just in front of that 10-yard line. It'll be third down and a short 1. They're showing fourth down on the board. That's not right. No, because the penalty set it back to first down. It's third down and 1.
The down marker says third.
Yeah, it is third because the penalty was first down. So third down and 1. The ball on the 13. Southwestern goes offside. Free play. Corner up, and it is caught but out of bounds. That was a free play anyway, so look for him to get the first down. Chuck, did you see that down there? It looked like they were offsides.
It was either offsides or they lined up in the neutral zone.
We'll wait to get the official call.
Because it was a quick call as soon as the ball snapped.
Yep. Southwestern has changed up their defense quite a bit here, trying to find an answer in this ball game. Alante shines with the false start. 53 seconds to go. First and goal from the 6 as the windows fog back up here. It's hard to see through them. First and goal from the 6. Baca in shotgun. He's going to keep it, and Baca will get knocked around, but he pinballed his way in for a 6-yard quarterback keeper. Baca extends the lead 43-14. Baca on the 6-yard scramble. Chuck, it's not looking good for the defense right now.
They're having a tough time stopping this East Texas Baptist offense, and that play was without Richard Johnson even on the field.
Well, they score again on their consecutive possession, the 12th of the night here at the 49-second mark of the third quarter. This third quarter, my goodness, is taking a long time. The extra point kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. It's a 44-14 lead with 49 seconds to go here in this ball game. Galen, we'll keep it right here. It's been tough for Southwestern in this one.
Yeah, it has. Nothing seems to go right, and everything is kind of just in a crescendo of bad right now for Southwestern. It's, it's like a snowball going downhill. Everything is.
Keeps attaching to itself and keeps on trucking.
Right.
Only time a snowball effect is good is when you're trying to pay off your debt. Other than that, I don't care for it too much, Galen.
No. I do like paying off my debts, though.
Want to welcome everybody back at home from Boomtown Escapes, again watching live tonight. Cheering on your Southwestern Pirates, but they find themselves in a deep hole here, 44-14. We've still got a full frame left in the fourth quarter. 49 seconds back on the clock here in the third quarter as East Texas will kick from left to right.
You're basically in a 5-possession game right now to come back. Unless you score a lot of 2-point conversions, you need about 5 touchdowns to come back in this thing.
Drew McKay, coat of leather. Caleb Heim has it. Flags fly around the 25. Heim to the outside, over to the right. And flags fly back there. Chuck, what did you see?
The flags were on the other side of the field. I'm not sure whether it was an illegal block. Heim came motoring. He had some green over here, but the East Texas coverage team able to cut off his angle, forced him out of bounds. We'll see what the penalty call is.
He may have had that motor because some holding. We'll see if that's what they call. The officials talking things over, and they start to look like they're going to take this one back.
Usually a block in the back on kick return.
The ball will move back. Chuck Stradamus called it right down there, a block in the back. Good job, Chuck Stradamus, as he gives us a wave. Hey, well, you know, when you're down, you just got to have fun up here in the booth and keep the folks entertained.
Amen.
Southwestern struggling right now, but they're going to try to get an offensive series going. The penalties have hurt them tonight. And really, credit the East Texas Baptist offense and their passing game. Simply been undeniable. It'll be first down and 10, Southwestern from their own 23, from right to left. Hover in the backfield all alone, over the middle, up has his man, and Heim will back roll his way to a first down around the 45, in between the marks. One highlight of this game has been Caleb Heim, who continues an offensive showcase here in this ball game, but unfortunately his team trails 44-14 with 22 seconds on the clock as Hover and his team break out of the huddle, again moving from right to left, as you can see on your video screen. One receiver to the right, one on the left. As Hover will keep it. Dodges around one defender, still on his feet, scrambling. Hover still back on the 35 and wisely throws this one away. Around the 45-yard line. It'll be second down and 10. It's a good heads-up play right there, Galen, by Frederick Hover, just to throw that one away and not try to force another turnover.
And they're doing a little bit of talking about him being an intentional grounding here, but it's
no, he was way out of the pocket.
The officials are not going to buy it.
Yeah, he was way out of the pocket on that one. 3 seconds on the clock. It'll be second down and 10. Hover from his own 42. Empty backfield behind him. 2 receivers to the right. Steps back, throws over, has his receiver as the clock ends the third quarter. And on the right hash mark, a decent gain to around the 47-yard line. Coming up with that was A.J. Daniels on the reception. At the end of 3, Southwestern trailing 44-14. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. American Southwest Conference football on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue in just a few moments. Back in action tonight here from Ornelas Stadium, and quickly resuming play. A first down for Southwestern moments ago to start this fourth quarter of action. This was a drive that started out, Galen, for Hover on his own 23, driving the ball nicely here now down to the East Texas 44. Hover shotgun, has protection up front, throws over in the flats to his man across the 40 on the right side, angling his way down. Markel Henderson with a decent pickup to around the 40-yard line. We'll have third quarter stats here in just a moment. We appreciate all the help tonight from East Texas Baptist. 44-14 after 3. Southwestern 16 first downs, East Texas 19. Southwestern 268 total yards, East Texas 398, most of them over the air. Second down and 6, ball on the East Texas 40, right hash mark. As Hover scrambles through 2 defenders, still on his feet around the 50, the 45, throws this one out of bounds and incomplete just outside the 30. The intended receiver on the play as he threw that one down out there was Aaron Robinson. No, it's number 9, beg your pardon, which of course is Tavon Gwynn. We've seen the ball go his way a few times tonight. Bring up third down and a manageable 6 for Southwestern, again on their East Texas 40, and a timeout is called here on the field. A timeout by East Texas Baptist. That'll be their first. Each team, well, East Texas has 2 remaining, Southwestern 3. Chuck, send it down to you. Thoughts here on this drive so far?
Well, they're starting to manage to move the ball this half here. This is really the first drive they've managed to move the ball. East Texas dominating the third quarter. But, you know, as a coach and as a team, you just want to continue to build success from this point on. You're down 30 points. You have a whole quarter. It's not out of reach, but the goal here is to be successful on each play and each drive going out of this game moving into next week.
Richard Johnson for East Texas, 6 receptions, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. The longest one, of course, 64 yards. Right behind him, Kane Johnson, 5 receptions for 60. For Southwestern, it's been Brandenburg, 6 for 44. And then A.J. Daniels, 3 for 38. Heim, 2 for 34. The rushing game, Heim near 100, 11 carries for 98. Hover on the keepers, 21 for 70. Back in action here, third down and 6 from the East Texas 40. Hover empty behind him, 2 receivers to his left, 1 down to the right is Gwynn, and he will hand off back over to Heim, and Heim powering his way on the Heimrich maneuver near the red zone. He'll be down at the 21. That was a healthy run, now puts him over 100 yards on the night carrying, and Heim needed that and gives his team a little bit of an oomph lifeblood here, trying to punch one in at the 13:46 mark, trailing by 30 though, 44-14. Quickly back in offense, they'll actually mark him down around the 23, and a play here as he dropped it and Hover able to get back on it and recovers it, and he'll only pick up maybe 1, no gain on the play possibly. It'll be second down and 10 from the 22-yard line, I think is where they've got him marked here. It's hard to see from this angle. Second down and 9, Hover shotgun, nobody behind him. Great protection, throws over and underthrows his intended receiver on the left side, just in front of the numbers, incomplete at the 15. Incomplete pass there was intended for number 84, Landry Bray. Third down and 9, ball resting on the 21, maybe 22, is Hover in shotgun, and he will hand off to his back again, and it is Heim plunging his way forward to the 15. He'll be short of a first down. He's got to get to around the 13 to pick up that first down. It'll be fourth down and 3 for Southwestern. On the 15-yard line of East Texas, Hover nobody behind him. 2 receivers to the left. Hover delayed handoff to Markel Henderson. Markel across the 10. Markel spins, gets the first down near the 5. Markel Henderson, the senior from San Antonio, Texas, keeps the drive alive for Southwestern. Threatening the goal line now. They'll mark him down at the 6. Good coverage on the play, and saving the touchdown was Grant LaPointe-Teat. First down and goal from the 6. Hover shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hover going to dance his way back in, and Hover on the keeper for the 6-yard touchdown run. Southwestern needed a good drive. Chuck, they got it. A drive that started on their own 23. Drove it down 77 tough yards for that score.
Yeah, East Texas wasn't giving up anything easy on that drive. It was a good job by the offensive line on that last play. Hover went in untouched.
Austin Emery set to kick the extra point. It's up, and it is through the uprights and good. And at the 12-11 mark, Southwestern finds the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. Trailing 44-23. I think that's
44-21.
44-21, I was about to say. 44-21 the score.
You haven't heard about those new bonus points they're giving.
Yeah, that threw me off. It's 44-21 is the score.
Yeah.
They got 23 on the board.
Hell, those are style points.
Trailing by a bit here, and they've got to find some rhythm. Now it's going to be up to the defense. I think we'll see Southwestern possibly go for an onside kick here. What do you think, Chuck?
You know, that'd be the time to do it, but it needs to be something that's looks like they have the hands unit out for East Texas Baptist. So, you know, it'd have to be one of those unique ones, maybe straight ahead like earlier.
Southwestern will kick this one away. Luke Fierst from the 35 from left to right on his right hash mark. Right hand up and right toe to leather. No, he will boom this one down. It'll sail near the 5, and it is recepted by East Texas. Chasing the numbers on the left side. An ankle tackled and dropped to his knees around the 25. A nice hit there on special teams and a decent return as that one was down at the 5. 20-yard return to the 25. And that is where East Texas with a commanding 44. It should be 21, Galen. Is that right?
44-21 is right.
Okay. It's throwing me off. Bernard Century, the freshman, with a hit there, knocking that player back to the previous century. From the own 25, Baca will hand off to his back, finding daylight and guts it up the middle, still on his feet, spinning to just outside the 40. The drive starting out on his own 25 on the 13th possession. There is a flag on the play, however. That one may come back. Chuck, did you see a hold? It is.
It was definitely a hold.
And ball will come back. Give him credit, though, even after the penalty there, still having to fight through defenders and finding his way forward. 12 minutes straight up. Clock now ticking below 12. East Texas leads 44-21. First down and 10. The ball on their own 15. Baca in the back, hands off, and his man is drilled, angling towards the 20-yard line on the left side. The ball carrier there. Not much room to run. And Justin Ward there wearing number 27, the ball carrier. Second down. And 15, I believe, is what it should be, Galen. The clock up there. Got to keep an eye on the field instead. From the 19, Baca will pass up high and incomplete at the 25 on the left side. It was right through the hands of his intended receiver, number 88. That should be Samaric Paul. So they've got some of their other third guys out here playing now, Galen. Giving a little playing time.
You know, it's amazing that nobody's gone down to try and correct the score. Usually the
third down and long for East Texas. The ball on their own 19-yard line. Baca in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Now he'll stop and reset, talks things over with his line, and steps back. His back will line up to his left. is Justin Ward. Instead, the pass up over the middle has a man wide open at the 50, still on his feet into Southwestern territory at the 45. A great catch there by number 84. That's Cameron Neely. So the third guy's coming in, getting some playing time here, making it happen. It was Heideco with the stop.
Very late flag after the play.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 36.
And now Southwestern, another call that they shouldn't have done, and that'll set them back even more. A lot of just sloppy play here and uncharacteristic play by Southwestern tonight.
A little bit of frustration showing, I think.
Message coming in. Shout out to my favorite Pirate, Garrett Womack. Go number 42. Well, it's first down and 10. Another flag flies. Free play from the 35 up and knocked out at the 10-yard line. Incomplete. Great coverage on that play by Aaron Robinson, the cornerback, as it's incomplete. But that one may have been a free play anyways. Chuck, did you see any movement from Southwestern across the neutral?
From my angle, I couldn't tell he got in the neutral zone, but there was definite movement by the defensive line, and it looks like that is the call.
Well, still remains first down. It'll be first down and 5 now from the 25. The score finally got fixed on the board here, 44-21. First and 5 from the 25. And up the middle he runs, a keeper by Baca, and he will have another first down inside the red zone here at the 10:56 mark. East Texas leading 44-21. First down and 10 from the 19. Baca hands off to his back, spinning around his Ward. And Justin Ward will have the ball to the to the 16-yard line. So a pickup of 3 on the play. Tackle there by Southwestern. And the clock runs at 10:42. It was Ben Brockman there coming up. Left hash mark we are. Baca shotgun. Second down and long. Hands off to Ward again. Ward from the left hash in between the marks around the 15. They'll mark him down at the 14. A gain of 2 on the play. And it'll be third down and manageable here for East Texas now in between the hash marks. Baca in shotgun. Ward his back to the left. 2 receivers to the right. 1 to the left is Kuykendall. Instead, passing over the middle and well incomplete in the end zone. The intended pass and a little miscommunication there to Cameron Goodlett. And that'll bring up fourth down, and we should see East Texas attempt another field goal here. They've been perfect tonight from the field goal, and set to kick this one for the 3 points is Drew McKay. Galen will see where they spot it. If it's at the 20, it'll be a 30-yard field goal. It's going to be 31. So the holder will hold it at the 21. Tarek Bogard will get the snap. And McKay will go for a 31-yard field goal attempt with 10:06 to go, trying to get it to 47. Right toe to leather off the green shoe. And this one is no good. And, boy, McKay says, wait a minute, that had to be good. And he steps back and says, okay, maybe it's not. And it is no good. 44-21, your score remains. Southwestern will get another chance here, Galen. So a 31-yard field goal, no good.
He was really confident that he made that kick.
Yeah, he ran up at first with his hands in there saying, wait a minute, I thought I made that. Well, Southwestern, in any case, will take over. They'll have the ball on their own 20 yards. The last drive, impressive from their own 23. They drove it down 77 yards. It was capped off by a 6-yard touchdown keeper by Hover. And Hover will bring his offense back onto the field. First down and 10 from left to right. 2 receivers to his left, 1 receiver down to his right. Hover will elect here as pressure was behind him and just overthrows his receiver, incomplete around the 38 on the right side. The intended receiver for Southwestern is incomplete. That was into the area of Tavon Gwynn.
They were pressuring him a little bit to let go of the ball just a little bit sooner than he wanted to, I think.
9:58 to go here in the final frame. East Texas leads in their ASC opener, their second game of the season. 44-21. Southwestern trying to find some rhythm here. The Pirates have all 3 of their timeouts. Hover on a 2nd and 10 from his own 20 and shotgun. He'll stop and reset as Kalen Heim, his back moves over to the left, looking for the option. He will hand off over to Heim, and Heim will have it at the 25. Maybe the 24 is where they'll mark him. And it'll be 3rd down and long for Southwestern. Another text coming in. Love the new live feed. Wish we could be there, or wish we could see the clock. We love Coach Creasel. Love his wife and 2 daughters. Thank you, ma'am, for tuning in tonight. We appreciate the coach as well. 9:31 to go. 3rd down and 6 over the middle. And that may be incomplete, and it is around the 32-yard line as Landry Bray couldn't hold on to it. A short pass. And Galen, tonight we've just seen uncharacteristic play from Frederick Hover. He normally makes those completions. Tonight he's thrown several of them at the toes of defenders where they didn't have a chance.
He may not be just, 100% tonight. He's a warrior. He wants to be out there, wants to lead his team. But, he may not just be the 80 or 90% that he needs to be really, truly effective. He was real effective running early in the game, but they've kind of adjusted to it. Here we got a guy coming in late.
Well, Emory will punt this one away, almost blocked, and able to get that ball up. I'm not sure if that was Emory. It's a short punt, and it will take a roll. In East Texas, they don't fair catch anything, and so they go for it here, and it'll be around the 37-yard line. So a short punt. It was not Emory punting. It was number 19 for Southwestern. That may have been Castilla there on that punt. In any case, it's a very short punt. It will remain in great field position for East Texas Baptist. Looks like they marked that ball, Galen, around the 37-yard line. And so with a 44-21 lead, East Texas will take over here after the punt. And they do mark it at the 37.
And I believe they have a different quarterback in now. Number 19.
That'd be Jacob James if it is number 19. 14th possession of the night for East Texas. A handoff up the middle to Ward, and Ward will pick up only a gain of 1 off the handoff from Jacob James. Jacob, a 6'1", 200-pound senior from Bossier City, Louisiana, from Airline High School. Seeing some first action here this season. A drive starting out on their own 37, a handoff again up the middle. And again, Ward has the carry and has it up the middle to the 29-yard line in between the hash marks.
I think the Tigers are in a position where they want to protect a lot of their first-line merchandise out there.
Tackle by Clay Anthony will bring up 3rd down and a couple here from the 36.
Ooh,
pass over the middle, has his man in between the hash marks around the 13, right on the eye, into the 88 of Samaric Paul. And that will be a 1st down in the red zone at an 8:29 mark and a clock running. Tackle made by Jules Williams. 1st down and 10 from the 14. The handoff to Ward. Guts it up the middle. Ward still on his feet. Breaking tackles. Touchdown. 14 yards for Ward. The damage continues tonight on the Southwestern defense. Ward coming in the 3 position, and he says, you know what, I'm just going to run, baby. And he's been doing it tonight, as you can see on the replay. Southwestern appears to just be letting this one get away, man. Score now 50-21. Yeah, we'll even see a new person in here to try this extra point attempt, Galen. It's going to be number 39, and we don't even have a name for that on our roster. And it is up, and it is good. So we apologize for that. We don't have that information on the rosters provided to us.
We play.
51-21 your score here at the 8:14 mark. A 14-yard touchdown run up the middle moments ago by number 27, Justin Ward. Chuck, what's the atmosphere like there on the sidelines right now?
Coaches are trying to lift the spirits here. There's a lot of frustration going on. East Texas Baptist playing a very good football game, while Southwestern nowhere near the level that we're accustomed to. Still a lot of ball game left, but there's a big lead on that scoreboard right now.
8:14 to go. Southwestern trails by 30, 51-21. Thanks for sticking with us here on SHN Sports. on a Saturday night from Marshall, Texas. And, Chuck, we haven't really seen any rain down there on the field, have we, besides the humidity?
No, we've been very fortunate. It's all humidity and just thickness in the air. It's really affected the play, especially in the first half of the Pirates.
McKay set to place this kick one away from the 35 from left to right. 2 set back to receive for Southwestern. This kick is up and well on its way. It'll be fielded around the 5 on the near side by Castanea, and Castanea has room, turns on his guns across the 30 to the left, across the 40, the 45, now the 50. Castanea with a nice return. No laundry in the backfield. That's a little spark there for Southwestern as they'll have the ball all the way up on that return. It started from around the 5-yard line near the 50, so just inside of a 45-yard return. They'll mark it down on the left hash at the Southwestern 48.
Okay, we got Embry back in the quarterback.
Yeah, Austin Emery back in at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Heim, and Heim bouncing his way into East Texas territory at the 49 on the left hash mark. And the clock will continue to run here after a gain of a few. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the East Texas 49. Landry Bray will line up as a receiver on the right side. Pitch back from Emery over to Heim. Heim in between the numbers in the right hash, still on his feet, and he's plowed down by 4 East Texas defenders. There is a flag back there. Chuck, did you see anything?
Is it from behind the
It's on the defensive
play?
side.
It is on the defensive side of the ball. It's probably going to be a low block.
We'll see if Chuck Stradamus has it again. That's your nickname, Chuck, if you don't mind.
I'm okay with it.
I think he has the culprits correct on this call.
Waiting to get the official call from the referee.
Block below the waist.
Nope. Chuck Stradamus, you've lost that title. It was a block below the waist on the offense. It'll be coming back.
Well, it's the new low block rule. It's 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. You can't cut anyone, and the defender has to be within a 10-2 on the clock range in front of you for you to be able to cut him within that 5 yards. So it violated that rule.
Something Coach Austin talked about in the coaches show about that new rule.
Now we're going to march back some more.
And the ball will go back to the Southwestern 41. They were at the East Texas 49. It'll be 2nd down and long here for the Pirates. Emery in shotgun, nobody behind him. Emery thought about passing. Now he tuck and ran for a couple on the play. He stopped. Only a gain of 2 or so. He'll be up to the 43-yard line there on the left hash mark as the clock continues to run. Under 7 minutes now here in Marshall, Texas at Ornelas Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight. Rob Hipp, Galen Wellnicki here in the booth bringing you the action. Nathan Hipp, Michael Francis, Mickey Holden behind the scenes making things happen, and Chuck Cracy down on the sidelines. It'll be 3rd down and a long 15 from the 43 of Southwestern. Low snap, Emery able to hold it over the middle, jumps up, has his man in between defenders, and it's incomplete at the 35.
That's going to be a targeting call against number 30, helmet to helmet. He was a defenseless receiver.
And who was that running down there for that catch? I didn't catch that at first.
I think it was Bray.
May have been Bray as he came up. No, it was actually number 19 for Southwestern. That would have been Casieja.
We're discussing it now.
Well, they just called an unnecessary roughness, so that'll go back up 15 yards and a 1st down. So a good break there for Southwestern and a better break for East Texas. You don't want to have another player ejected on a targeting. We've seen one of those tonight. This
They
game
have to miss the next game when that happens.
This has been a game where Southwestern has a player ejected as well as East Texas. 6:38 to go. First down and 10. The ball on the 42 of East Texas, and Emory's going to keep it here. Lowers his right shoulder in between the marks at the 38-yard line. And it'll be second down and about 6 inside of East Texas territory. Thought there was an injury on the field, but the young man got up, just a ginger walk there. Second down and 7 from inside the 40, and another sack in the backfield. This one will go all the way back to the 45. A great job by East Texas Baptist. And they'll bring up third down and 13 here for Southwestern. Still in East Texas territory. They'll have it on the 44-yard line towards the left hash mark. Emory shotgun. Heim is back to his right. Trips down to the right. One receiver to the left. Passes over into the hands of Casieja, and he tries to power his way forward. He's slammed by 3 defenders at the 45. Not much of a gain on that play. It'll be fourth down and long for the Pirates at the 5:15 mark, trailing 51-21. This is a Pirates team that went into this week ranked number 41 in the D3 poll, D3football.com poll. Some polls had them as high as 29. They received 4 votes last week to put them at that ranking, and this game tonight not helping them much. Fourth down and 12 from the 45 of East Texas. Emory looking to pass over the middle. Miscommunication as he threw it earlier, and it's incomplete at the 30 to Casieja. And that'll be a turnover on downs for the Pirates on their 15th possession of the night. We've seen the ball in a lot of hands tonight between these two teams. And East Texas will take over on their own 45 on the left hash mark as they move from right to left. We expect them just to run at the 4:42 mark with that 30-point lead. I don't think this is a team that really plays for style points. We have a new quarterback in here as well, as we did earlier, actually. It's Jacob Jones. No, it's not Jacob Jones. It's another quarterback in there now, number 11 for East Texas. That'll be Gavin Murr. Gavin Murr hands it up the middle, a gain of 4. Is that right, Galen? Yeah, it is. It's Murr. And they've also got another back in there to the right. That back wearing number 9 is Leo Brownfield. So it's Murr and Brownfield in the backfield here on a second down and 6 from his own 49. A handoff here, and Brownfield is going to be drilled backwards. That'll continue the clock running around the 49, 48-yard line. So, yeah, Chuck, I just expect I expect East Texas just to run the clock here as much as possible.
There's no reason to do anything but run the clock at this point.
Gavin Murr, quarterback, shotgun, third down and 6 from his own 49. Pitch back option over to his back, Brownfield, and Brownfield stopped for a 2-yard loss on the play. It'll be fourth down.
We might get a chance to see another Southwestern quarterback. Heiser was warming up recently on the sideline where they're throwing the ball.
Heiser in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Baca steps back into the game here, and a timeout called by East Texas Baptist University. Chuck, I'll send it back down to you. It's been a tough game for the Pirates. Hopefully they'll get the ball back here and maybe can put a little pride points on the board, trailing by 30 at the 3:18 mark, 51-21.
And that's exactly what they're playing for at this point is pride. You want to go out of this with as many successful plays offensively and defensively as you can to build upon. There's a lot of work ahead of this team, and I'm sure Coach Austin is already working through the plans for practice next week in his mind.
Yeah, well, we should have a very informative coaches show on Wednesday. One thing about Coach Austin is there is no gray area With the excellent coaching skills of Joe Austin, he'll tell it how it is, and he'll let us know to let everybody else know what needs to improve. A great coach at Southwestern turned this program around into a winning program. Struggling here tonight, though. Southwestern will learn, and they'll move on. 3:18 to go, 4th down and 7. As Baca will punt this one away from left to right. It'll drop, and it'll go out of bounds around the 23-yard line. A little smack talking back around the 22-yard line by an East Texas player in Southwestern. You see that in some of these big games, Chuck.
There's been plenty of that going on here tonight, and there have been plenty of fouls as a result of it. Generally, it's the retaliation from the smack talk that's been flagged, but we've seen it from both teams.
It's always competitive nature here in the conference play, but other than that, everybody trying to hold on to their composure here tonight. 3:06 mark, 51-21. Galen, do we see that? No, it's still Emery out there as quarterback from his own 25. He will hand off up the middle, has his back. It's Markel Henderson, and Markel finds some light as he angles his way in between the right hash and the numbers all the way to the 45-yard line. First down for the Pirates. I believe Southwestern started this drive around their own 25. 20-yard pickup here. Bobbling is Emery on a 1st and 10 from his own 45, and he'll be dropped in the backfield for a sack to the 41, a 4-yard loss on the play. And one of the East Texas Baptist players bowing to his teammates and his fans after that hit. Thomas there with a nice bow.
There's a little bit of shake and bake with that bow, too, a little quiver.
Hey, you got to be happy with how your team has played in this game. Nothing wrong with that.
That D-line has played fantastic in the second half for East Texas Baptist.
Heim comes back into the game. 2nd down and 10. Emery in shotgun has trips to his left. Gwynn down as the receiver to his right.
Oh.
And Emery will be dropped for a huge loss. And a flags fly at the end of that play down to the 35.
Bulldogged him.
See that on your replay screen as Emery gets leveled on the play.
Looks like the referee's going to try to grab control of this game because there is a lot of back and forth going on between the two teams.
That was James Hicks with a big sack back there for the 4-yard loss. The flag resting around the 33. The official's going to come over. Wow, a targeting. I looked at the replay, Chuck, and I'm not one to really question too much. I looked at the replay. It didn't look like targeting to me, and now that young man has not only been ejected, the second player now he'll have to sit the next game.
I didn't see targeting either. It's rough play. I thought it was some kind of talking going on after the play.
Heim has it here on a 1st down, and he's spinning around, and he will finally be leveled at the 45.
I just look like a bulldogging.
Be 2nd down and 11. The ball at the 49 on the near hash mark, on the right hash mark. We'll see Emery and quarterback for Southwestern. 1:29 clock ticking here. Trips to the left, one receiver. Gwynn, and a pitch back here by Southwestern over to Devin Shaw, and Shaw will be drilled at the 45. Chuck, the defense for East Texas Baptist is just on fire right now. Southwestern they just need to get this game over with and avoid any injuries.
They're playing inspired football on the defensive side right now. They were upset about that last penalty and didn't feel like their players should be ejected, and they're playing more intensely because of it.
3rd down and long for Southwestern. They've got the ball on their own 46. Emery up over the middle, and his defender was hit at the 50. That's going to be pass interference. Is 55 there for East Texas Baptist. It was Joshua James with a big hit around the 50. And did they pick up that flag? Because they said the ball was tipped.
They did. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
If that ball would have went on its way, that would have been pass interference on the defense. Got leveled at the 50. Be 4th down and long. The ball resting on the 46 as Emory steps back, heaves this one up into the air around the 30, and Southwestern able to haul that one in. It was caught out of bounds, incomplete. That'll be a turnover on downs at the 42 mark, and I think that East Texas Baptist can just take the victory formation here, Chuck.
That's probably what they'll do here. Just at the very least, just to get all your players out of the game without being ejected. Because it has gotten intense in the trenches here in the 4th quarter.
UMHB just finished in one against Sol Ross, 68-7. Thank you for Joshua Harris for that update. And taking the knee victory at the 42nd mark on a 1st down and 10 from the Southwestern 46. East Texas will hold here and improve to 1-1 in the season, 1-0 in ASC play. Southwestern will drop to 2-1, 1-1 in ASC. We will get a quick interview with Coach Joe Austin.
One thing about having your 2 players ejected for the next game, their next game is against Belhaven, which is ranked last in the conference. It's picked last in the conference. So they go to Jackson, Mississippi next Saturday.
The ice is thrown out there at the 45-yard line. And East Texas Baptist victorious by 30, 51-21 here in their 2018 American Southwest Conference opener. Again, as I said moments ago, they'll improve to 1-0 at conference play, 1-1 overall in the season. Southwestern will drop to 1-1 in ASC play and 2-1 in overall. So don't get your heads down, folks. It's still early in the season, still plenty of time for Southwestern. But, again, you're in a tough division with players like University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. You've got to find a way to limit these costly mistakes. Galen, it was a tough one tonight for the Pirates on the road. It's going to be a long, for us, 4.5 hour, but that bus usually takes another hour, so we're looking at probably 5.5, 6 hour bus ride home for the Pirates.
It's not going to be enjoyable. And I would imagine, knowing the discipline orientation of the program, that there'll be a pretty tight ship on those buses tonight.
Well, Chuck Cracy down on the sideline. Chuck, I see you standing there around the 25. Your thoughts on this game?
It was a hard-fought game. Give credit to East Texas Baptist. They were prepared, especially the offensive side of the ball. I like what's about to go on right here, right now. Despite all of the animosity and fighting on the field, they're going to get together and pray at midfield.
Yeah, we'll get Mickey Holden to get a camera shot of that. I mean, that is just awesome to see these two teams coming together in a game where 3 players were ejected, 2 of them for East Texas and 1 for Southwestern, and you hate to see that for Southwestern for the targeting penalty. A tough night tonight for Southwestern, but again, just a penalty-ridden, discipline-less game, if you will, Chuck. I don't know any other way to say it.
There's no other way to put it. I'm really impressed by what's going on now, though, at midfield. This in college, it's the similar role as a coach as it is in high school. You're still developing young men, and to see this kind of camaraderie between teams after such an intense ball game is impressive.
And they break there on top of the East Texas Baptist logo, and that is
coach is coming this way.
You just said, Chuck, exciting to see. And our hats off to East Texas Baptist, to the staff here. Thank you for your generous hospitality, for taking care of us up here in the press box and on the field as Coach Joe Austin makes his way over to Chuck Cracy around the 30-yard line on the far side. Chuck, I'll send it down to you with Coach Joe Austin.
Thank you. Coach, tough loss. Mm-hmm. What do you tell your team going home and heading into a home game against Louisiana College next week?
Well, we got beat, and we got beat soundly, so there's a lot we can work on, and it'd be easy to go into a phase where you either get woe is me or you point fingers and you look elsewhere. We got beat in all 3 phases. We got beat everywhere, and in individual matchups as units, we got beat, so we've got to get better.
And it's tough to grab the momentum. We gave up some fumbles in the first quarter, got down, grabbed the momentum in the second quarter, but it was tough to keep it beyond that.
You know, it's tough to rally twice.
Yeah.
You can muster a rally in a game, but emotionally it's tough to rally twice, and we couldn't rally in the third quarter.
Well, good luck against Louisiana College, Coach. Have a good, safe trip home. We'll see you next week.
All right, thanks.
Rob, back to you.
Thank you, Chuck, for the great night tonight on those sidelines. We'll step aside for just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have a quick post-game discussion and more as we look over final stats live tonight here from Marshall, Texas, where Southwestern falls to the East Texas Baptist Tigers 51-21. We'll be right back after this. Well, welcome to Southwestern University football on the road tonight here in Marshall, Texas, as the Pirates fall to a very tough and competitive East Texas Baptist team, 51-21. As I stated earlier, the Pirates fall to 1-1 in ASC play, and on the first opening game for district play for East Texas Baptist, they improve to 1-0. Galen for Southwestern, 53 carries, 154 net rushing yards. East Texas didn't have a rushing game tonight, only 30 carries for 52 yards, but it was the passing game, and this number is outstanding. You got to give credit to Baca and the quarterback job that he did tonight. 433 yards over the air. That's not going to get it done if you want to beat this very tough team. You can't allow them to have that many yards over. Southwestern only 177. If you look at the total offense, Southwestern on 85 plays, 331 yards compared to 64 plays. So 20 less plays, 21 less plays, but East Texas taking full advantage of big explosive plays. A total of 481 yards. Justin Ward, 7 rushes for 30 yards. Haggerty, 11 rushes for 25. But the passing game tonight on the receptions, Richard Johnson, 6 receptions, 191. Johnson was 5 receptions for 60. Samaric Paul, 2 for 27. And then Mabach had 2 for 20. You add all that up and you get to that 485 mark. Galen for Southwestern, Brandenburg, 6 for 44. Heim led all receivers, 4 for 59. Daniels, AJ, the tight end, 4 for 46. And Markel Henderson, 2 receptions for 18 yards. The rushing game, Heim did get over that 100-yard mark, 13 for 105. Hover scrambled 23 carries for 76 yards. We won't sit here and break down all the numbers because other than that, they're pretty ugly tonight. And just saying it how it is, Galen, hats off to East Texas Baptist. They took what they had to on their home turf. They took care of business in a very big way. The air assault was on full force tonight.
You know, Joe Austin probably summarized the game as good as anything because he said we didn't do well in any phase of the game. And that was true. This is kind of like when you did something bad when you were a kid and you got home and your dad pulled your pants down, took out his belt, and whipped the devil out of you. You know, and that's basically what happened out here. There's a few positives you could pull out of this game, but there's not a whole lot, you know. We don't know how in what condition Hover was in, whether he was 80%, 70%, 90%, but he doesn't look like he was. And then I think one of the big things in this game was they made a lot of adjustments. East Texas Baptist made a lot of adjustments at the half. We ran real good, Hover ran real good, and so did Heim up the middle early in the game, at points in the game. But they closed that down in the second half. There wasn't any openings at all in the middle.
Well, Galen, Southwestern lost the ball 6 times, or they put it on the ground 6 times. They lost it 4. 4 fumbles, not going to get it done. Hover throws an interception as well. That's not going to get it done. And really, the biggest thing is the penalties again tonight, causing all sorts of problems for Southwestern. They committed 17 of them, 17 penalties for 156 yards. But, hey, on the flip side, ETBU, they've got some work to do, 11 penalties for 136. Southwestern clearly dominated time of possession in this game, 38 minutes, 20 seconds compared to 20:58. So if you look at some of the stats, you would think, my goodness, Southwestern, this should have been a lot closer. The penalties, the costly turnovers, you're going to lose those games almost every time. If you're a betting man, that's where you put your money if you see those kind of stats, Galen.
That's true.
Well, before we sign off here from Marshall, Texas, Galen, final thoughts from you in this ball game.
It's just, it's you can go back, and this is a really good teaching point for Southwestern when they get home, because the players can't jaunt around and say that we've done a good job and stuff. You got to get out there and learn and eliminate these. Especially, you can't have the penalties where you lose your composure. You know, you got to hit people hard, but you can't come up there just after the whistle, and you can't pile on the people. You've just got to play under control. You got to play rough but under control, and that didn't happen tonight.
Well, we're Southwestern. The only positive thing, if anything, they're in the red zone twice. They score twice, so they're 2 for 2 in the red zone. Galen, we're back at home next week. Let's talk about that matchup.
Playing Louisiana Pineville, it should be a good game. It should be a good bounce-back game. But then you got to get the bounce back, and you got to get your momentum back, because the next week you go to Mary Hardin Baylor, who's beating. They're having to take several people's shoes off to count the number of points they're scoring in every game. So
it's a good analogy, and hats off to Mary Hardin Baylor for the work they're doing. Well, Galen, as always, true honor, privilege, and blessing to be here with you, partner, and to all of our friends out there online. Thank you for joining us tonight. Boomtown Escapes, Val Nicholson, and all the fine folks there. We appreciate you, Jim Wilson and Carol. Thank you so much for all the stuff that you do. And we will continue to keep bringing you Southwestern football here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. For Nathan Height, Michael Francis, Galen Wellnicki, Mickey Holden doing a great job on camera, and Chuck Cracy, I'm Rob Hipp. Tonight, your final 51-31 as Southwestern falls. Remember, friends, as I end every broadcast, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Until next time, God bless here from Marshall, Texas. We will catch you next week right back on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Good night from Marshall, Texas, friends.
Bye.